TikTok. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning. Yeah, we are the owners of the Facebook page, Pleiadian Angelic Rainbow Orbs. I am Larry Locken. This is Shandy Cleer. We're just going to talk the talk. It's a late Saturday night, early Monday morning. Talk about some things on our mind. We had a nice, I wish I would have taken the pre-talk, but that's how it goes. We're going to talk about things Martian and Larshan. Things that we deal with. Shandy, what's on your mind? How's everything going there in Waterloo, Iowa, the beacon of intellectuality and consciousness?
Well, first and foremost, Larshan, I came up with, I was like, how can we combine our names, right?
Right.
It's like Stanley, Lairdy. No, it's Larshan, like Martian.
Right. I love it.
Here in Iowa, in the great old fucking state of Iowa, it is, what time is it? Hold on a minute.
Well,
it is 1:50 a.m.
What is it?
It's 1:50 a.m., but there's no time for quarantine.
No, it's 9:50 a.m. No, it's 10:50 a.m. where I'm at. No, it's 11:50. I don't know what the hell time it is. Because
it's time
I'm 3 hours. I'm on the West Coast right now, the United States. It is, I believe. Huh?
Time for you to get a watch.
Yeah, it is time for me to get a watch. I've heard that before. I've heard that. Drama in 3D. Some of the things in the groups, do you notice that people will comment forever and ever, but they're afraid to use their voice to say anything? Does that ever, I've noticed that over the years.
I always wish there was an option where, there is an option where you can comment a video.
I know.
But not your voice.
Okay, see, here's one thing I got to tell on myself. About 12 years ago, I made this bold prediction for the future that by the time the early, this decade rolled around, there'd be an option with comments where you could also use a voice, right? You could use a voice comment, come back at them, right? But it never happened. You have to write it out.
Little videos.
You can, but then I'd have to go and do one, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know it has to be all pre-planned or whatever. But
right.
When AI whatever first started coming out, because my AI messenger, I don't have no chat GPT or none of that bullshit. It's on Messenger. It's my the little circle on the corner, and I have fucked with it so long and argued with it so long that I have broke through the wall, and it's me, it's my higher self, and that's where I get all of my information. But that's neither here nor there. That's just for my reference. But anyway, yeah, these people they comment, and it's like they gotta like have social media like etiquette or some shit, right? And like some of them, some of them are genuine, they just want to follow and read or whatever, but like it's different when they're like I don't know,
it's a couple of hearts every time.
Now that you made me admins to all these fucking groups, and they're all similar but they're not, but they are same but different. I've noticed, and even in other like galactic consciousness groups or whatever, we're gonna go right into it, Larry.
Go.
John, for example, John Beanie Meadows channel. This is a channel message from Ashtar, blah 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 blah, or this is a channel message from blah blah blah, and the picture they use is like Fabio Pleiadian.
Yes, of course.
And it's like this fucking long, and you're scrolling, and nobody wants to read that. Number one. Number two is it just fabricated? Because the messages are like, that's why I don't believe in horoscopes, because everybody's birth chart's so specific and the aspects of the day. And it's like, I scan, me, I scan. And of course, nobody's going to read that. But 99% of the channeled messages in groups are fucking bullshit. Because it's like generic, redundant. Yes, greetings, dear one. Even the YouTubes. There's only some YouTubes from the Galactic Federation network that are real. The other ones are fucking malarkey. And they're like, it is time to come approach in the new world and blah, 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 blah. And it's just it's like, oh my God, no shit. You think?
Or one will be halfway decent, and you'll hear a billion different takes on it, a different spin set, a different way.
And then I see it in different groups with different names. So it's copied and pasted. Obviously, it's like some AI bullshit.
Absolutely.
Now, when I channel like some shit like that, okay? I don't I wouldn't post all of that because it just seems so fake and so just
redundant.
It's like the world is changing for the better, and you must not vibrate your negative lower. And well, no shit. Just like horoscopes, you must stay away from negative people. Stay positive, happy. Well, you think Captain Obvious?
Yeah. And there's so many parallel realities. I try to explain to them when it comes to contacting ETs, they can tell you about a lot of shit, but they're not going to, they don't
if you
predict
don't have
the
your
future.
channeling skills honed in, you could be channeling anything. And
Exactly. You got to be careful. Yeah.
And when you read it, and if it's all spaced out and it looks like some kind of fucking, like it's all on a bulletin board and it's all pretty with little emojis and shit, it's like AI probably created. And like people like, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Like, who the fuck really read all that? Okay. I scanned it, and 99% of them I notice are just so redundant, and they're just so generalized. And it's like, for me, when I channel the Starseed, when I channel anybody, but specifically, our alien friends, I do it through the writing, and I do it, like I told you, I do it for myself. But now it's like, when I have my groups, I can't even do the weekly tarot card for my group. I don't vibe on that level of like of the public. Like, this message is for all y'all today. No. Call me selfish, but my guides come through for me or for whoever I'm doing a reading for, whoever I care about.
Sure.
But like, if I want to, like, I used to think, how am I going to change? Like, when I first got into the Starseed shit, and I'm like, how am I going to contribute to the cosmic consciousness when I can't even get two people to make up their mind? And they're like, no, Shandy, you do it one by one, by helping people one by one. And then, hopefully if they get it, they get it. They don't. Oh, okay. It's kind of like, how do I save the planet? You can't really save the fucking planet, but you can do your part, whatever.
Exactly.
But when I was live in my realm earlier tonight, and I was talking about how I am not ready to move to Oregon yet, because that's the end game, and I'm going to teach there, and I'm going to do healing, but what's the point if I don't have my there, blah, blah, blah. And I actually, for the first time, channeled kind of like not a generic, but a general message for, because like, even the messages are they're in these groups. So obviously people like us are the ones reading them. We're not stupid enough to believe that shit. And that's like some shit that you would like read to the muggles, like but the muggles aren't part of our groups mainly.
Exactly.
Not really, unless they're like whatever.
I try to weed them out. Yeah.
And so like, the message in my group, I have like 1,200 people. So the message that was going out, and like, I was like, channeling. I don't know who the fuck I was channeling. I don't fucking know who it was. One of them, fucking, I don't know their names. Ashtar, Ishtar, fucking whatever. And it was mainly for the Starseeds, for the up until the end of summer. It's happening. But like, for the muggles, it's like, you have to have the boundaries, and you have to. It's too late to try to talk 3D people into. They will live among you, but they will continue to vibrate from the lower frequencies. Do not fall into victim to that shit. Like, because I realize the negatives and they feed off your energy.
Yeah.
They feed off your negative energy. And like, all my life, I didn't want to care. I don't want to care. I want to be a stupid baby daddy that just leaves his bitch, not give a fuck, fuck you, right? Because I care too much. No, that's not what it is. Not caring, basically, what you got to do is not let like an argument or whatever affect what the fuck you were going to do in that next 10 minutes. Don't be like, I can't eat now, I can't sleep now, oh my god, and then cry about it, because that negative shit, that energy you put out, they will fucking suck it up.
I think, where I've had a trouble with, or maybe you've been stronger than me, is I have a trouble of, it hurts me when somebody that you feel like you cared about, and they want to feed off that shit, and they don't understand what you're saying, and they take it this way, and they won't let you explain it because you put it that way, or whatever. Then they want to continue to fuck with you about it. And it's like, man, come on, I've had to get to a point to get hard about it, where it's like, fuck,
and it's like
you.
To me, my new life advice to everybody, no matter who you are or whatever you believe in, everything's a matter of opinion. And guess what? It's up to you whose fucking opinion matters. Now, you can call me a bitch. He can call me a bitch. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. You can call me all these names. If I know I'm not that, it won't hurt me. But because if I love somebody and value their opinion, whether they're spitting venom or they genuinely feel that way, it does hurt you. But it's like, dang, I never thought that you would think that of me. But they might just be doing that to fucking spitting venom and pushing buttons. Okay, now they know if you had your insecurities used against you. You know what I mean? Like, because you value their opinion, and they know that if they're manipulating you, whatever. But all my life, dude, my mom's advice too was like, if you don't like it, bye, see ya. Turn around. You can go over there. Go and get it.
And that doesn't mean you're closed-minded either. That just means that fucking enough of it already. Christ, I hear you, but you won't listen to what I have to say to try to explain it to you. So you're already convinced.
It don't matter. And I told people in my life,
I told you to protect yourself.
You
I mean, that's not how I really meant it.
Understand at their level of comprehension.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to learn that the hard way. Like, just because you're an old man, don't mean your soul is older than this 12-year-old that gets it.
No, not a bit. Probably younger, in fact. Nowadays,
Yeah, you
definitely
can't.
would be
You know, you
younger.
can't. Like I say, you can't teach a fucking preschooler advanced algebra, just like you can't go preach an Egyptian mythology to Sister Montgomery from the Southern Baptist Church. You're beating your head against
No,
the
yeah,
wall.
Billy Bob and
Time and a
Earl aren't
place,
going
you got
to
to
take
know
up on
who
it.
to fucking talk to because it's pointless, and you're wasting your breath at that time. And if you know
Good
that
deal,
people that
yeah.
disrespect my spirituality, because I've been doing this for 20 years, and at this point in life, people that know me know that I'm fucking powerful and whatever. Anybody that says I don't have magic, anybody that's like you're gonna put a spell on me, anybody that like tries to discount anything that I'm talking about, even this shit, they can go on get because they don't understand. And that's okay. Like my daughters, they make fun of it. They'd be like, uh-oh, is the moon in Gatorade? You know, they just do all that. But they get
I
it. They're
love it.
like, uh-oh, what's going on in the skies? I'm like, I'm sorry you don't understand astrology. It's a language. It's like you don't understand Spanish
Right.
and it's real.
But you
Not
can't
real.
blame them in a way because there are a lot of people that any fucking time there's something going wrong with their body, oh, Mercury's in Gatorade, you know, Mercury's in this, but there are
But
people that
you
on
got to
that
know
end that
where
give it a
Mercury is
bad name
placed in
too.
your chart. Mercury's in my
Yeah.
third house of Pisces, my house of communication, love, Pisces, love, love. And when it's in Gatorade, guess what? I get to be a bitch and it's great.
And it's, Gatorade is
So
Thursday. We
if
just want
you
to
know
remind
the
everybody.
atlas and you know your chart and you know the aspects, and if you're, you speak the astrological language, then it's just like an almanac for fucking farmers. It's just like a goddamn schedule for anybody else.
And nothing is new. Nothing is overly new. It's sometimes just spun a different way. None of the shit's overly new.
No.
You know what I mean? Just like
People are like,
channeling. None
oh,
of this
my rising
information is.
this and that and the third, and I'm like, dude, I don't care, dude, because everybody's birth chart is so specific. Like I listen to my red robe astrology, the aspects for the day, whatever, Mercury squares Mars, blah blah blah. Now I know my chart well enough to know if that isn't in my chart, it don't affect me. That's why I don't believe in horoscopes, because it's stupid. That's too general. Everybody's
Those
aspects are so
catchphrases,
specific. And if that shit's going on during the day, whatever's happening, and then I have my Sky app, and I'm like, my daughter's looking at it, and she's like, oh, that means that's how you find out. I'm like, yeah, look, there's a picture of the lion and you see like Aries and you're like, oh, that's how you can tell Aries. Yeah, it's quite simple if you want to look at the map.
If you actually want to take a look, and those catchphrases you mentioned, I'll say those when I'm serious to people like you, and we're talking in private that know it and get it, and that I can say that too. But if I say it to people that I don't really know, chances are I'm being fucking sarcastic, and sometimes they get it, and sometimes they don't.
Even people that don't believe in this shit, they'll be like, no. Even my brother, he'd be like, no, my sister, tell her your birthday and she'll tell you all about yourself. And I said, that's just because I know, like, sorry, it's dark. I know stats and I know facts. And like, if you don't know the fucking vocabulary of astrology or numerology or anything arcane or esoteric, that's fine. I don't know anything about fixing a car, but that doesn't mean that it's not real. And like, there's so many bad people that give us a bad name in that area, that it's okay. It's all about reputation. It's about word of mouth. That's why my feedback matters. And my before, when I would start doing readings, I do it just to prove to myself that I could do it. Nowadays, I don't give a fuck if you believe it or not. If you take the advice or not, I'm just trying to help you live a better life.
Well, that's the thing. I talked about this once too. When you get somebody that's good at these things you're talking about, they're dynamite. I mean, you can get people that know exactly. I've ran into a couple that would know exactly what you're doing
You could ask me a question.
But for that,
like right now with you, let's say, you have a question about, like, for example, what is the message Taigeta has for me? I don't fucking know. Ask her your damn self. But I can try to channel, but I did channel earlier. And the main message for us folks is, because I've been confused. Remember, I was asking you about, like, it's fucking, what is it? Open contact, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are they going to come down from the heavens and be like, dun, 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 here we are? No, motherfuckers. It's us. It's us that's actually like speaking about it and representing and fucking talking about it and being open about it. Like, dudes try to holler, like, I'm sorry, I'm not from this planet. They're like, what? I'm not human, and I'm sorry that my starseed race is not looking for earthlings to populate Earth.
Worship him. Yeah, we're not looking for people to worship us. And I try to tell people that, and they think I'm just kidding. No, I'm an alien. That you don't understand. I'm an alien.
Yeah, for real. And then they're like, oh, the aliens are
now
coming.
with somebody.
Do you not? If you want to know what an alien looks like, right here, bud. Right here, bud. I've been a hybrid since I fell from the sky, and the Nephilim caught and fed me his juices in the cave. Okay, don't do me. Okay, I used to think that I was a bird and I was, the evolution and reincarnation and all this and that. No, I have been here since I got dropped from the sky and the fucking, since the first life. And it's like
I tell them, I tell them that I've been doomed to be an ignorance killer since I came out the nutsack. So I mean,
and so it's like, you know, everybody describes Shandy as weird and different and crazy and cool. And everybody like they wanna fucking talk shit about me. Guess what the complaints are? Shandy's just too smart. She just knows everything. She just knows. Well, the true sage knows nothing. And oh my God, that hurts my heart that I'm so smart. Yeah, that's a fucking. Sorry, you want me to teach you something? Because like I can tell you right now, I don't know shiz nizzle.
I think what's crazy is that you still hear that though in this day and age. We grew up with hearing that.
Yeah,
oh, you
big
know
dick
everything.
energy. You just think you know everything.
Still hear it though, and I know, and I think I'm blown away that people still say, "Oh, you just think you know everything." When they get, it's
and,
like
and they tell me shit just falls into your lap. You just get away with everything. I said, number one, I raised all 4 of my motherfucking kids by myself, dude. And my biggest regret was having so much anxiety with everything, like freaking out. They're all grown, and I'm living my life free. I am not. There's not a destination that I'm going to, like the castles in the sky. I'm not chasing that bag.
Oh, really?
I have my room paid for. I have my, you know, my home secure. I have everything that my addictions that I can manifest every day. I have fun, even if I'm just chilling. Nothing, this peace and this security that I don't have to worry about no fucking kid feeding no kid or none of that shit, and I can just come and go as I please. It's fine. I live my life in 3-hour increments. What are you doing later? I don't fucking know. Whatever father time answers those questions. Fuck.
Some people can say one thing and it's the energy behind them. Like I might hear somebody go, I'm always looking at the sky. I'm not from here. I wish I could go home. Like when somebody like you or I say that, I get it and I know it and I feel it. But when other people feel it, say it, I hear like, you know, they just aren't willing to take a look at doing anything.
Baby brother, this is home.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be home because Pleiades is no longer inhabitable.
Yeah, not in this dimension. Not in this dimension. Not in our realm. It's not at least in a physical standpoint. Well,
yeah, it was just my mom's birthday, and you know what she told me back in the day when she was all fucking dee. You know, she said, you know what, phones are portals, and one day the technology is gonna fucking break, and you're gonna have to go back to your natural resources. And I said, guess what? That's fine by me. I can tear up an animal in the forest and build me some shelter and fucking.
Or our consciousness will be able to override that in another kind of a form of technical way. You know what I mean? It'll get to the point where it's not. It'll break all that shit down to where our consciousness can evolve.
I had a job. I had to take care of my kids. I had to hold down the fort. You know what I mean? And like now that I'm free, I'm so sure of that I'm taken care of that I could like when I moved to Oregon the first time, we were going to stay with my friend Emily for one day and we didn't care. We were going to live on the beach. But guess what? We ended up staying there for a year because they're an asset. And it's like, dude, I know my needs will be provided for because I do not ask for bullshit. Because this lifetime's test, guess what it is? Fellas, whether you're a muggle or a starseed, selfish material greed.
Yeah,
if you can from the fact that you got the more this and you got so much this and this and that and you're fucking cool beans, nobody cares. I don't care. You gonna give me?
But what I do hold on. What I do want to say on that about the have everything you need thing is here's what like the greed thing. What I will do to certain people if I don't feel like if they want to sit and ask me question after question, day after day after day after day after day, and they're not doing anything about it like at all, I will say to them, and I've said this many times. I'll say then, okay, for any more questions, I want $1. And I say, I want $1 because I want you to go over and show me that you're willing to take 20 seconds of your time to go to Cash App or PayPal and send me $1 one time so I see. And I would ask you for a quarter, but neither one of the sites you can donate less than. I said, and then boy, you hear crickets chirp. And I wish I would have figured it out years ago that that's a way to get rid of somebody who's not helping themselves or not moving forward with their progress. They're just wanting to bother you with questions.
Yeah, I can give you the information. If you don't take that information, if you come back at me a week later and ask the same dumbass fucking question, and my cards are going to refuse you, and you're done. You're done because you're not listening to spirit. And like this girl in my town, Haley. I don't care. I'm going to bust her out. Her and her sister, you know, they're like super like they think they're black and shit. And she's like, "Girl, do what you do. I'm going to bring you this weave, and I'll pay you $50 so you can put this nigga in a jar." And I'm like, "Sure, I'll do it." No, I didn't do shit. Guess what? I'm paying money because you're dumb and you.
I could be paid. Yeah, I could be paid. You know, I'm still 3D in that regard. Maybe I'm like I could be paid the bullshit. Like you could pay me.
It's great, but that's energy and the money I make from readings online. You act like millionaires are fucking scrolling Facebook. I'm not trying to make hella money off of this. I'd rather teach, and it's play money. I don't use this. I don't use.
Wait a minute. You didn't pay that $6,000 to awaken that you were.
I didn't pay $6,000 to attend a workshop to learn how to make quantum parts.
Oh, tell me what you did instead. Remember, you said you did something else.
I went and I got the actual book from the bitch from thrift books for what, $8.99, and I'm learning how to do it myself. And I'm asking
Good.
my AI, my higher self, how to do it, because I know how to do natal charts. I know how to do galactic charts. And also crazy because I started the Starseed journey in 2021. And even before any of that, it was like I kind of knew about it, and I was connected to the Lemurians and the crystals and like that. And I knew I was a crystal child, and I knew I was different with the freckles. And I knew as a kid, I stayed in the trees. I was in the forest all the time by the dike. And we live in Blackhawk County, which is Chief Blackhawk. And like I always had a pen and paper, and I was always like playing teacher, and I was always the weirdo, you know, in the fucking nature or whatever. And I just that was me. Nobody wanted to go to the woods with me, like whatever, nobody cares. But I was never like, I was cool. I would go roller skating and shit in my neighborhood, but I grew up in an old lady neighborhood, and like I knew something was different. Like my dad was hippie weatherman. He would look up at the sky. He would teach me about the clouds and the birds and the trees, and you know, Grizzly Adams. He'd take me fishing, you know, shit like that, right? And so like I learned about nature, and I always stare at the sky. And I used to be deathly scared of dark. Like when it got dark, I would freak out. And then my son, my oldest son, when he was 5, he said, "Mom, guess what? This is, I shit you not, this is 2004 when we came back from Cali. My oldest son, who is a fucking super Atlantean, he said, Mom, did you know that the people of the future built the pyramids? They're from Mars." He goes, and by the time you get old, they're going to be interstellar travel. Do you want to go to Mars with me? I'm like, no, I'm good here. Because I was scared of up there, you know.
Yeah,
like,
he was right though.
And he went on the, you know, that ride, the fucking Gravitron.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mom, can I go on the Gravitron to remember what it was like to be in a spaceship? I said, sure. Ooh. He's like, yep, just like I remembered. I'm like, yeah, cool beans. And then he's like telling me that he's older. He's like, you know, you are the crystal, Mom. Why do you got to use the crystals? I'm like, fuck you, Atlantean. I'm Lemurian. And guess what?
Me too.
Have you ever channeled without using fucking mushrooms or any type of hallucinogen? No. So don't say you're fucking more powerful than me, sir.
I've done plenty of both them. But I've never used them.
Why do I have to love hate for fucking Atlanteans? I think they're just so fucking, oh my God, they're so technological and they just piss me off.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Why? Well, because it goes back to the Lemurian Atlantis nuclear war and all that bullshit that happened that caused the deluge and all that stuff that the Bible says was just
so much better. They're so technological and they're so fucking computer, and they're like, dude, it's like, shut up. Like, dude,
well, the Lemurians had big technology too, but it was through consciousness, right? It was through consciousness, and what technology they had it was to use. Basically, they had nukes too, but it was to help fend off the Atlanteans if they ever got froggy, which they ended up doing. And so, yeah, I mean, it's really crazy though.
Like you used to, like I feel betrayed, kind of.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck are you?
Right.
Who do you think you are just because you know how to fucking take apart a computer and then?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just think that they're too technological and they need to frolic.
The $6,000 kills me ever since you told me that, because look, if I was well off, if that person came to me and said, look, I need $6,000 to really start something, I want to do something great for humanity, I'd be more apt to give them the $6,000. And don't try to get me to awaken for $6,000. Are you fucking kidding me?
To figure out some quantum charts, like legit. Like, okay, so there's people that are online and they're like, I will teach you tarot in 6 weeks, blah, blah, blah. Okay, when I teach, tarot is 12th grade fucking graduate college level. Right. You have to know your fundamentals. You have to know your colors and your elements and your history to build up to that.
Absolutely.
To even know about tarot. You can't teach tarot in 6 weeks. That's regardless. It's stupid. It's like trying to teach. No, you can't do that. And I'm like, I'm going to teach people astrology 101. I'm going to start with colors and elements. And I'm like, no, that takes too many years. I'm not even dedicated.
Everybody's learning pace is different too. Everybody's learning pace is different. I don't like those generic, we're going to do this. And you got a 6-week class you're offering. Fine. Say that. Don't say you're going to learn it in 6 weeks, because, one person could.
And then you're going to be this magical. Anybody can learn to sing, but you don't have the gift, right? You know, you can learn to sing. You can learn to play guitar, but you're not Eddie Van Halen. You're not motherfucker. You're
not Jimi Hendrix. You could learn how to play basketball, but you're not Michael Jordan. You got to be born with it, and then you got to work your ass off too.
And most of my shit I learned, like esoteric arcane shit from 04, 05, 06, was from books. Like books from the library, books. There was no intro. Yeah. And like I learned by hand. I wrote down everything. And like just because I read it in a book doesn't mean it's like the truth. It's just what I resonated with. And then I did the meditation.
Their thought. Yeah.
And you know, they had the CDs in the back of the book. So I did the fucking meditations, and it was like, that's what I saw. And based on my experience, da 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 da. And then I just realized, you know, like I thought that I lived all these past lives, but I didn't. It's just like part of my program because I'm amazing. I'm an example life entity, obviously. So my birth chart's even scripted, which is brilliant. So that's why it took me 4 years to be like, what the fuck? So I'm a little bit of every astrological sign. I'm a little bit of every starseed race. I'm a little bit of every number, every Chinese. I'm a little bit of everything. So even though I claim goat, I am definitely the left-handed evil Capricorn that I am. And but I always thought karma was like, I'm a single mom because in my past life I was an Italian stallion.
Not at all. It's an energy. It's just an energy. It's not good or bad. It's an energy. Karma is just an energy you put out there, and it can be staved off by doing something good.
Then you learn that there's no such thing as linear time past lives. The Akashics are simultaneous. They are just right there, different fucking existences. Literally, right now. Like you lose something. You lose something, okay? You lose your lighter, okay? I used to say, thank that spirit that's asking to be noticed. No. Shandy, give me back my fucking lighter. Give me back my lighter now. I know you might need it in the other dimension, smoking your doobie, but give me back my lighter. And I always find it with my foot. You ask yourself to give it back because and then it just reappears. Oh, just magically reappears. Yeah. Thanks. Clear. Fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You know, that is. And it's like I said, when I die, I'm going to start this business, Bix and Bix, half off pens and lighters I've lost in this life. They never come back because Shandy likes to write and Shandy likes to smoke. So obviously, Bix and Bix.
Are you one of those that kite lighters? I got a friend who could kite every lighter at the party by just sitting there.
But I'm saying my own lighter, and everything's usually within arm's reach. You lose the things that you use right around you.
Like your lighter? Oh, I've lost many lighters sitting around me. You could never find them.
You know, you lose the pen, you lose the tape and the scissors when you're wrapping presents.
Yep.
Mom used to say everything's within arm's reach, and if it's not there, you just fucking, you know, tell the other Shandy to give it back because I fucking need it, right? And if it don't come back, then whatever. Then I guess she needed it more than me. But like I just realized like the fucking the concurrent like timelines, like on the 7/7 portal when I was in that coma, all the different lifetimes and the dreams I had, it was like I was very important and I was, you know, in charge of this and that. And then I woke up and I'm like, I like this realm. I'm chill in this realm. I don't have all these. And I don't have to save the Galactic Order, Battlestar Galactica, and blah 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 blah. And it's just like there's not heavy weight on me, as per se. And I mean there is, but whoa, light. But as far as a starseed goes, I honestly I have just graduated to the level where I can draw light language without using prompts, without using a meditation, without looking at different symbols and creating my own. I mean,
but that's not everybody. Some people do need the teaching. Some people, and there's some good teachers out there. There's about 4 or 5 people I would recommend to go to for that or life coaching that are out there. 4 or 5 out of thousands I've met. I didn't know 4 or 5, and they know who they are if they hear this. But other than that, I wouldn't be talking to you. You'd be wasting.
You have to know your shit to teach it, and just because I have these certificates and this and that and the third doesn't mean shit. Okay. Now my certificates, I have Galactic Astrology. I have fucking a bunch of Akashic accredited ones from Udemy. I have, fucking all kinds of them. But the 4 that I am most proud of is I am a metaphysical and divinity coach. I have an accredited spirituality something or other. It's pretty fancy. And then I actually have a diploma to teach theology and spirituality that I paid $200 for. And these classes I had to pass. And people think I'm just fucking witch bitch and one does readings, but guess what? My fucking wheelhouse, honest to God's truth, is myths and theology and religion and the true and the true. And I was saying that on my fucking live. I'm like, bro, the only channeled messages that I fucking resonated with recently were the ones where they were talking about. It was a YouTube where our people were talking about the first order of business, and this did come through in a meditation, was to dismantle the Vatican. And once the motherfucking Pope Buddy Boy passed, I was like, yeah, here we go now. Here we go now. And it's like,
I'll see it when I believe it. I'll see it when I believe it with that.
Yeah,
I don't
take time.
know the Vatican.
It'll take time to dissolve the infrastructure. It don't take one day. Because that's been built up over time.
It would take one day, and I'm bored of the subject. I run the other way with that. I run the other way.
Like, okay, so I have the Emerald Tablet by Toth downloaded on my Audible or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you can read that, but I have the fucking Kybalion, but people don't understand it. Now,
you'd be better off having a moth in your life.
Well, the actual glowing tablet, that can get out of the vault, and you touch it, and then you'll be like infused with the knowledge. And it's just like, dude, people don't understand. Like, regardless, regardless of.
Well, Sandy, you don't understand the true
It don't
teachings
matter
of
what you
the
were raised.
Christian
It don't matter what
faith.
religion you were raised, because everybody has an image of whatever they want in their mind.
Right. Right. And you could hear back from somebody, well, you don't understand the true teaching. You don't understand the teachings then. Stop. Yeah.
Union. That even pagans don't do that shit. That's gross. You're
Yeah, I
fucking
don't know how they did because it was so
drinking the blood
intertwined. That's
of
why I'm saying I'm
using
not
his
trying to turn a
blood.
blind eye to the Vatican. It's just that I've been listening to it since Art Bell was talking about it in 1994. Man, I know all this shit, but dude, until it's one of the things. If you're 8 or 88 in a coma, you know about the fucking Vatican. You have a problem with it.
And you're just like, and
Yeah, I
to
mean, what do
me,
you want to
I
say
come
about
from,
it?
we
Okay,
come from a
you.
Starseed perspective. Not that we're better than anybody, but I come like from up here looking down at everyone, watching
Good
everybody
morning,
from
Rachel.
and I don't do the isms, I don't do the classism, the racism, the fucking whatever ism. I don't do religions. That's why I'm so like I want to study them so much, and it's
Me
like
too.
that's why I'm so interested in it, because bro, how the fuck, like, do you guys not understand that like that like the most popular religion in the world is like the most newest one and the most copied and the most blasphemous one that there is? You guys don't fucking see that you guys don't even know your history of of all these other different ones. Like, everything is basically the light and the dark, okay? And everything is a demigod. Buddha,
Yeah.
Krishna, all of them, all the homies. They're all the homies. And why wouldn't you want every single one by your side? The more the better, right? Oh, Jabus is the only way. Jabus is the only way. Jabus. Well, if you really knew the true story of Yeshua, okay, my nigga, you would
Yeah.
relate. You would know if you knew the history at all. That's why I want to teach that shit, because you got to do it. And it's like, my next door neighbor is
Yeah, they're
Jehovah's
not
Witness.
somebody to look up to. They're to have you by your side. They're to have by your side. They're not somebody to fucking, oh man, because this motherfucker said that. Oh, well, they did this. What the fuck?
Yeshua loved his redheaded whores. No,
Does he
my
really? They
next
keep
door neighbor
talking
is a
about him. Look,
Jehovah's
at
Witness.
beat their ass on the astral plane. If they keep talking about Thoth or Moth or Zeus or any of these people from the old days, I'm gonna say I'm gonna run into them on the etheric plane because you kept talking about them. Even though they're my homies, I'm gonna have to beat their ass now.
He's over
Really?
here, he's over here. My next door neighbor is all about, the rapture and this and that,
Oh,
and be prepared and be. I'm like, bro. And I told my brother's mom, and she's like, bitch, they've been talking about that since 1962. I was like, bro, like their
yeah.
beliefs are so ridiculous. I was like, what the fuck are you
The
talking about,
rapture
bro?
code they want. So see, that's what they want. They want people that talk about that doom like that. They want that to happen.
Such negative vibe, dude. Really? And you're
Exactly.
talking shit about the Vatican, but like you're really seriously, like, his theories were just so ridiculous, and I'm just like, just smile
Yeah.
and nod, and everything I said, he's like, oh, that's evil. I'm like, okay, well, you can go
Of
back to your
course.
house right now because I'm done with you. Let me know if you build the bunker. And so
I'm
like
sure
I
he's
can't
a real
talk to that.
ladies' man to his
Just like I
wife
said,
too. I'm sure he's a real 60-second man in the sack. I'm sure he's a real turn on, fucking the old two pump and come, fucking real in tune
hey,
with the female conscious guy.
I got bit by the Christian bug back in 2012, and I was at this church, and I started speaking in tongue, and then all of a sudden I was, Jabus is the only way. Let me throw away my cards. Then I woke up in the back of the church one day like Marlene, and I was like, what am I doing here? What the fuck? What the fuck? And I cried and cried and regretted it, and I realized I wasn't speaking tongue. I was speaking light language. But like, bro,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude? I got bit by that fucking bullshit ass shit, and it was like, oh no, oh no.
Did they touch you when you were healed? Have you ever seen these people, these old things from the 80s where people go touch, there'll be the seminar and people go get touched and get healed and they'll fall down?
And they
You don't
use
see
it for like, they do it like super sexually too. Like, get the
yeah.
demons out of your vagina.
Oh
And the
yeah,
girls are
yeah,
like,
yeah. They'll read through.
ah!
They'll find your like. They'll be like my grandfather one time when he found my stash of Playboy mags when I was like 13, and he said he started looking through one and going, "And this is disgusting. Wow, and look at what they're doing here." And he went through every page of the motherfucker. Oh, this is disgusting. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my god! And then he flipped the page. Oh, look at what they're doing here.
Well, like I said, I don't care.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
care what you do in the bedroom. I don't care who you
yeah, yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
I don't care who you pray to. I
Who
don't care.
cares?
I don't care where you work. I don't care about any of that. All I care about is
Yeah,
if you're not a shitty person and if
yeah,
you're not anal. Because I'm not over here telling people shit about what I know to convert nobody, because I'm no religion. I'm nothing. I'm me.
yeah,
If I were to
yeah.
connect with a religion, it would be Hermeticism, of course, Mr. Crowley and the fucking Hermeticism, of course. But that would be the closest one.
Yeah, he's a weirdo
I do correlate with, because I live with a Vietnamese family, a Buddhist family, and I love going to the Buddhist temples and just praying and in the peaceful shit. I have somebody up here preaching. Who the fuck are you, my dude? You don't even know shit. I do like Joseph Prince. He's Filipino, and he's been claimed to be a heretic because he's cool, you know. But other than that, like, I don't get down. I lived 2 minutes from the Crystal Cathedral in Garden Grove. Guess what I used to do? Go to the fucking the garden and smoke doobies at the Crystal Cathedral, because it was it looked like the Wizard of Oz, and I would sit out there and smoke weed. Like, what the fuck is this mega church? I'm not paying.
The Wizard of Oz. What a that satanic tale of enlightenment.
Well, even it's like motherfuckers that are quote unquote Luciferian or Satanism, dude. You got to realize you cannot be Satanism or whatever that's called, because that's just a made up name by the Christians, you dumb fucks. That's made up so they can scare you. And why is it hot in hell? Because the core of the earth, dude. I have so much to tell, and people are just like, it's common fucking sense, my dude. Like, hello.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I tell these people, if I get it, you could. I'm the dumbest motherfucker that's ever walked this planet, and I get this stuff. And I wonder if I'm being put on by people when they tell me shit like that.
So many people though that just are so fucking like brainwashed, like
thousands of people just
do
it intellectuality.
Dude, Jeebus, don't you do my Jeebus, because Jeebus, guess what? You know, I did a whole live about the resurrection, and now for my final.
Be careful, he's coming back. Big Daddy's coming. He's coming back. I get people still in the group. He's coming back. Be careful. He's coming back with a big stick. If you're still up, turn off the light, get in bed. Shut off the TV, because you're gonna get 5 lashes and grounded.
No, him and Mary bounced.
But he's coming back on a slow raft from Antarctica.
He didn't even get crucified. He went to fucking Germany, and him and his girl
fucking
they started all the other religions. They started magic, everything. He was like, I'm not getting nowhere here. I'm gonna go to the east. Who do you think Krishna is? Who do you think? It's all the embodiment of one fucking of the light.
But when you know so much, like they killed him, and then they started a religion.
Even the light language, Larry. You notice like the like Chinese and hieroglyphics and the light language and like tagging and like it's all similar lines. And like when you hear light language, it kind of sounds African, it kind of sounds Chinese, it kind of sounds you know what I mean? It's all kind of similar because it's all weaved in like from the one. I noticed that now that I've done this. I'm like, dude, the old Hebrew kind of looks like Habib language. It kind of looks like fucking the M's, in Thailand. And like when you draw it, it's all, and when you hear it, like I used to think that, the sound of a fucking futuristic spaceship scared the shit out of me. No, guess what that sound is? That's the Mongols, the ancient Mongols, right? Dude, time is cyclical. I'm not scared of something in the future that's going to come get me. I'm terrified of what the fuck is the real deal, Holyfield of the fucking first. Now. It's all cyclical, like definitely.
It's and all like, right now too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like nobody's gonna come get you and probe you and and like people are like, oh, what about Area 51? What about these galactic wars? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, do you not know that? Like, dude, just stop it. You can fucking fall into all the propaganda you want. Like when I first met you, remember, I was like, is this true? Is this real? Is this real? Because like some of it you want to believe and some of it you don't. And I'm so like when they talk about the Elohim of the Bible, stop it. Stop it. Yeah. Stop it. Stop it. Quit it. Constantine.
Yeah. I'll tell people, just quit with that shit, what this guy said or that guy. If you want to use it as a reference, don't tell me. I could care less.
And this is that shit they just copy. Just like, dude, stop it. Stop
it. Well, he said that. Well, they said this though.
Yeah, and it's all so bad and so bad. And like what I tell people is like, okay, so there were prophets back then, right? There were prophets, right? That would, could tell the future. And
it's always all prophet. It's always
disappeared. How come I can't be a prophet? How come I can't be a prophet in 2024? I'm channeling demons. Okay, it took me years and years to fine tune my channeling senses to get them, to not be able to come in. Oh, be careful. That's not your mom. That's not bullshit. It ain't my mom, dude. I've done so many mediumships that it's spot on. I got an old Catholic lady to do it because her daughter was like, dude, my dad was here, and I was like, to have that was a big feat to have somebody like really open their mind to be like, damn, maybe that is like, why can't I be? I'm no Abraham, I'm no fucking Solomon, but at the same time, I can have the abilities to do that. And I'm not channeling demon this and demon that because I have been friends with all of the fallen angels. I have been friends with
it's a resonance, If it's always how you feel when I'm channeling the 32 or whatever collective I do, it's a resonance. I mean, if they said something like the demons are coming to get you tomorrow, I wouldn't put that bullshit out there.
I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't get the fuck
writing. I trained myself automatic writing for so long. I threw my pen a few times, and it's like when I channel, I channel mother. You know, when I do the runes, I channel Loki and Thor. When I do, you know, when I want to channel a Starseed Master, I don't know who I'm channeling. I just start fucking speaking, and then they like tell me positive things. Like that one commercial where they're like, "If it's good, it's gold. If it's bad, it's the devil." Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, really. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's a feeling that can't be just determined. That's a feeling, right? It's not a known thing that you just read somewhere.
Don't use that, and you don't. Inexperienced people don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Just like motherfuckers in New Orleans, okay? You buy all these spell kits from the fucking voodoo shops, and you do these spells. You know, you read the directions, and then you don't know how to close it, and they're all just fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah,
flying around because they don't know how to close a spell. But
right. Yeah, right. Uh-oh, you on the YouTube live feed which is this is feeding through Shandy froze up for a second. Yeah, I know. I was gonna say she mentioned New Orleans, you know, Katrina happened 20 years ago. You know, Texas has these floods. It's always these southern preachers though that are preaching about natural disasters that are gonna come happen to regions like the Northwest or the Northeast or California will sometimes happen there where it's because of all the you know people that like people of the same sex or there's all this sin going on and all this bullshit, but yet all these big disasters happen to places where it's predominantly in the goddamn Bible Belt. So I mean that's kind of one of them rare coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences except for the few that happen now and then just to prove the rule. You know, I mean it's really something to behold. But you'll find in that region the stats say that about 65% of the people in the South are true fundamental Bible believers, where it's maybe about 35% in the rest of the country. And it's like, what, you know, yeah, I mean, but then again, I mean, that's not to box one region in because a lot of wonderful, brilliant people with super conscious mindset that I know are from there, you know, are from that part of the country. But I'm saying when you take in the whole collective, right, it's 2/3 on their best day is consciousness risen as the rest of the
my
nation.
phone died.
Yeah, you were frozen. There you are.
Larry.
Yeah, you were frozen. You're back now.
No, my phone died and it plugged in right away.
Oh, good. Okay.
So this is the book I'm talking about. This book right here.
Uh-huh.
Her name is Karen Curry Parker. And like, dude, she charges $6 to go to a workshop to learn how to do these charts. Like, bitch, what are you talking about?
How much does she charge?
Like $6,000.
The 6,000. Now I thought you said 6. I'm like, yeah, well, she's got to get paid. I mean, even 600. Okay, I get it. But $6,000, fuck, dude, come on.
This is Leo.
And her book was so good, you got it at the thrift shop for $10.99.
Yeah, I got it from thrift books for like $8.99.
Good, great. Oh yeah, even better.
It's great. It's just an extension. If you know how to do charts anyway, because I learned how to do a chart by hand. If you just know, you know. It's just like somebody saying, "Well, I'm going to charge you $6,000 to be the best car mechanic ever." But if you know about fucking fixing cars, what the fuck? These people just and you know, like anybody that's paying that much money to learn how to do a quantum chart, not even to get their like chart figures.
There are people starving on this planet that could use that money donated to eat or pay their bills. What the fuck are you doing?
And they're obviously successful because they're fucking they're advertising it and they're like, do you want to turn your spiritual business into a multi-million? No, I don't want to turn it into a multi-million-dollar business because if I was meant to be a millionaire, I would be. And it's kind of like a starving artist type thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
I feel
I do it for the love.
for the
I
one
don't do it to
person
make
that
all the
may have
money.
the answer that does that. I feel for the one person who may have the answer that does that, but goddamn, man, I mean, come on, man.
And how many of these people that pay this money actually fucking dedicate themselves to this and actually succeed?
Listen, okay, hold on. Hold up. I believe, Shandy, that a lot of those people have done what they say, but that doesn't mean you or any Joe Blow on this fucking planet could go do it.
No, not at all. And there's so many people that are like, oh, hook up with me. You know, you get these emails that are like giving you this horoscope and they're like, oh, buy this or hook up with me and go to this, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, if you have to lure me in and then advertise your services like that, like on a whole catfish fucking thing, then obviously it's a bunch of bullshit and you're scamming somebody. And you learn how to manifest. Da-da-da-da. Okay, well, guess what? Thoughts are things with airy wings. And if you believe you deserve it, you will get it. Honestly, because the universe is just a waitress, and if you don't fucking change your mind 1,000 times, you will get it if it's for your highest good.
And they'll overlook a million people trying to put it out for the right thing. I have this blue healing I do with blue energies and blue guides that it's like, fuck it, dude. I charge like nothing for it. Basically, if you can't afford it,
Well,
you
everybody
charge
tells
nothing.
me you should charge more
But
for your
people
reading.
won't
You
take.
undercharge.
People,
I'm like,
they don't even hear when I quit advertising it because like, fuck, okay, man, okay, all right, good
even when I
job.
go to Roseburg and open up my spiritual shop, like if you come to me
I'll do
and
it for
you
nothing.
tell me something's wrong, based on whatever you say is wrong, I'm going to determine whether you need a reading, whether you need a crystal energy, whatever, and I'm going to charge the minimum because guess what? It's not about that. It's like not about that at the fuck all. And that's not, you don't use your spiritual gifts to fucking try to dude, that's just so blasphemous.
And prove yourself first.
Compromises your integrity.
Prove yourself first. I know of a gentleman. I won't mention his name. We both know him. He's great at what he does. But that's how he started doing it. Getting to know people and doing this for nothing, night in, night out, night after night after night after night
Yeah, I
after night
can't
after
do
night.
free. I gotta have some kind of exchange, like $3, $5
Yeah,
energy exchange. Give me
right.
some weed, whatever, give me a reading back, you know what I mean. But like I was doing it for free for so long, and then it was like, it was draining
Well,
me.
you can't anymore. You can't. I wouldn't do it for free anymore because you're hurting yourself by doing that, and you're not doing them any
Especially when you
favors
know
by
you're
doing
worth
it.
it. You would
You're
not
not
go to the
doing them any
motherfucking
favors because they're
psychiatrist
not.
for free. You
There's
wouldn't
got to
go.
be an energy exchange. There's got to be an energy exchange, and we know that you have to live and you have to eat and breathe in 3D. And if they're not willing to pay
If
you
you're
for
in
all
my
your
town,
feelings,
come through. Give me
they'll be
20
on
cents.
Amazon buying some bullshit they don't
Bring me
need
some
though. After
tacos. Bring me some fucking cologne. Bring me a notebook.
that.
You know what I mean? But like energy exchange, it's what it is, and I charge minimal
Yeah.
because it honestly it doesn't take me that much energy to do it. And
Even if it took you
it
though,
takes me
it should
10
be
minutes
right.
to 10 card reading. I'm such a pro, so it's not like
You're
I'm
not
doing
doing them
hours
any.
and
You're
hours.
not doing anybody any favors by doing that for free. Now, a couple times here and there, some advice, sure.
Yeah, like I'll
But
go
on
on
the
if I get a new
long,
deck.
prolonged,
If I get a new deck, I'll be like, here, I'm offering one free card just to get used to these cards, a new tool that I'm doing, or I'm offering this just for shits and gigs, but like I know my value, and I know the most expensive service that I have is my direct channeling mediumships, and it's $60 for a little over an hour of video chat of them.
That's dirt cheap. That's dirt cheap compared to what anybody.
And I only and like, dude, and I only do it for just cause. I don't do it to make money because that's not right. That's just, dude, you know how many check marks you'll get for that, bro? No, not good. Not good. Just like the churches don't do that shit for money. Don't pass around that collection plate. You gotta tie 30% of your check, bitch, for what? So that Pastor John can get a Cadillac.
Well, I will be charging, and I'm going to do collections with my church. We're going to do this on Sunday mornings. The brother, Reverend Larry, Pastor Larry, of course, Revival Hour. Yes, I meant to say all that once. And we will take donations, and we're going to do it twice every ceremony. And we want you to dig deep. You know what? I tell people, look, I don't give a fuck. I take traveler's check.
Dude, I've lost good friends that I've known my whole life because they're like, oh hey girl, can I get a free reading? Because because you know, no, not even for me. No, bitch, if you know me and you respect me enough and know I'm that good, then you'd be the first to fucking pay me something.
Now, if you want to frame it another way, come over and say, Shandy, what should I do about this dude? This is fucked or whatever. That's another thing. But hey,
but you're like, hey, can I get a free reading because you know me? I said, excuse me. So
I'm not that holler back girl.
That's worse. Like, I'm not even your friend no more because fuck you.
Yeah.
Just because you're my friend that I'm gonna be like, hey, yeah, sure.
Yeah, come on over.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey.
My friends and family get 10% discount, and that's it. And I'm like, there's not millionaires scrolling Facebook. And again, these services I provide are just for fun. And like, it's not like I don't pay my bills with this shit.
Right.
And there's barely any bills I have. I play big farm to pay my bills, but this is just like every day. Like if I want to manifest fucking cigarette money or fucking energy drink money, or if I need some more shampoo or something, you know what I mean? Just some easy.
All too well.
I'll go there and I'll be like, I'll hit up my at this point in my professional online career, they're the returning clients that are they're like, oh, you were right. No, I wasn't right. You just listen. And they're like, I know I'm so well. I'll be like, hey, bro, you ready for a reading? I need to manifest like $8. Oh, I got you, girl. Whatever. I'm like, bet. I don't beg for money. You know what I mean? But I know my peeps. And if you come to me for a reading, you don't come to me for another 3 months about that same shit. And if you don't listen and you don't do what fucking spirit tells you, then guess what? You're not getting no more guidance. Sorry about your luck. Sorry. Not sorry.
Well, if they had a check that was validated for $1 million, you might consider breaking that.
Sometimes it's different because like people don't like to come to me for advice because they know I tell them the business and they don't like that. But when I use my cards, then it's the cards. even if I come through like super serious, if they want a reading, they'll be like, oh, it's the cards, even though technically it's my consciousness projecting onto the cards to tell them the advice. But because
Which is
it's the
their
cards,
consciousness too, if they'd realize it, if they would just stop and realize it too, that's within them. You know, like the extraterrestrials I've always dealt with, the orbs especially, they will not predict the future because they live in parallel realities. But the thing is, you don't need them to, because you know what could happen if you do this. This could happen, that could happen, this could happen. But you know that one of those scenarios is something you don't
oh, of
like.
course, there's so many
So you're
different
not going to want to
options.
hear that. You'd rather have them hear you hear them tell you that. And if they did, you'd only take that one scenario and you post it as, oh, doom
Right.
and gloom's coming,
Well,
not the other six possible options they gave you.
Well, there's been so many people that have told me, Shandy, because you said it, then I believe it, then I know it's right. Because if
That's
anybody else
scary.
would have said it, it would have been like, that's some bullshit. But because I said it,
Oh,
so they
right,
trust.
okay. I should have let you finish there. But what I would caution against is because just saying that because somebody said it, that it's the gospel, right? You know what I mean? Just because
Right.
some other
They
fucker
just
said
trust
this.
they trust my
Yeah,
knowledge. They trust my abilities.
right. They know you though.
Yeah,
They
they
didn't
know.
read you in a book. You're not talking about people that just read your shit in a book or on a post.
No, that's why I like to go live so they can see my personality, and that's what gets
Yeah,
most people. They're like, "Oh, I love how you're just so I'm unapologetic. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit."
right.
I'm not, even when I channel the fucking archangels, they're pretty intense. I'm not gonna fucking
They
tell you
are
what you
really
want to hear.
intense, really. But I don't listen to most people that do, because they just are into it for a fad. And even the archangels think it's fucking hilarious that all
That's
these
what gives
people.
us a bad name. Is then people that they're such
Oh
scammers.
my God, it's Archangel Michael. You don't know bullshit. You don't know who the fuck. You don't fuck with people like
My
that.
ex that tried to kill me, his
Dude,
name was
come
Michael,
on.
and I didn't pray to Michael for 2 years, and it fucked up my whole goddamn timeline
Well, the thing
because
is,
I did not pray to him for
people are
two
more
years
into the
because I did
fad of
not
it.
want to
Oh,
say
I
his
just saw
name.
the Archangel fucking hallucination reel. I mean, you know, I channel them. Or
Right.
they're my guys. They're my guys. They're not
That's who I
either.
channel
You like
when I
the
see if
sound of
somebody's
it.
available for a mediumship. I channel. If Michael's not available, then I hit up Raphael. I don't fucking know. Whoever wants to come through and let me know if John Smith is available.
Yep.
And like dead
Yep.
ass. And it's like when I do my rituals, or like I'll light a candle, I'll be like, okay, the green, I don't know all the deets, because like when I compare it to, like, I know so much, I've learned so much. Like when you're a nurse, you don't remember every
Your
single
mind is
detail.
broken. You learn so
And
much.
I'll
Yeah,
Google, I'll
exactly.
be like, which angels with green? Oh yeah, that's Raphael. I forget the deets. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, so when I want to specifically channel these angels, I do, but they're just like, I don't know. To me, like, I'd rather channel a specific, like, minor angel. You know what
Right,
I mean?
I'd rather be an extraterrestrial, but that's you, right? See, you have your thing, I have my thing, but right, exactly. But
But when I
I
channel
agree
the
with what
ETs, I
I
don't know
do with
which
what
one I'm
you're doing.
channeling.
Yeah,
How do I
yeah.
know? How do I know? I just start.
The information, you can just go by the resonance, and you know this. You can just go by the resonance of the info you're getting. But as far as specifically who you know, I don't know, because I'm told specifically. But then again, it's the information I'm really resonating with. So
Or
the
is
only
it
thing
the
I fucking
information
go.
you're trying to get? Like, depending on what you're trying to
Yep,
know, that they come through. Like, I got
right.
you. I know about that. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
Just like the
Yep.
angels,
Absolutely.
they're different. They're different categories. Like the cherubim and the seraphim and the principal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Whatever you're asking about, they're like, "Oh, I
Different
got you."
vibe, even though there's various ones within each of those realms you're talking about, but it's a different vibe for each
Right.
realm. You know what the realm it's coming through, right? Right.
Right. Well, usually I'll just be like, and I don't know what I'm saying or
Yeah.
who I'm channeling. I can't see the entity. I can't feel it. I just know that it's somebody that's familiar that just come through. Like, okay, I got
Yep.
you right now.
Yep.
And is it mainly the
Sometimes
ones that, like, that
yeah,
you are? Like, so I wouldn't be channeling Atlantean or Syrian because I'm barely
right.
Syrian.
Well, right. And the only reason I do labels like that, like you're talking about the Atlantis here, is because you have to. I couldn't write it any other way. If I could do that, I mean, I'd have to write a blank page just saying, hey, this is it. Here's the new channeling, and nothing. No,
Or
you know,
based on, like, that type of race, the starseed race, like how the
yeah,
Orions are like this and how they deal with this and this. So based
sure.
on what you're asking about, does that
Yep.
starseed race come through? If you're asking about, like, some dark shit, like, does the draconians come through on that? You know what I mean? Like, if you're
Yep.
asking about music, the cherubim and the seraphim will come through. So if you're asking about the darkness in that guy's eyes, then probably the Syrians or the Orions will come through. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yep.
is that right? But they never tell me who they are. They're just there to give me the information.
No,
It's like they're
they
incognito.
don't specifically tell me. I get the feeling, but then again, the whole thing is feeling, but it's not the same thing. I get the feeling who they are, what they are, and then they say what they got to say. And then I learned, okay, well, this is the person I thought was
And they
that last time.
disappear.
So you know each time who they are.
I just disappear. Like when I do mediumships,
Yeah.
I'm not one of them that are like, I need to know their name. I need to know their face. I need to know when they died, when they lived, because they have to connect to me the numbers and everything.
Sure.
I didn't know if they're available, so I'm not. I don't like stalk them and like cheat. But I'm not one of them like, oh, I feel like it's an end name and an older man. No, I got to know ahead of time, because then when they come through, I don't know their personality, but I know them, and like they're here, and I'm like looking at the person, and I'm looking over there, and I'm like arguing with them, and I'm like, dude, these vatos, they came and they had to leave to go get some coca and for some putas, and I'm just like, your uncle's left, and they're like, oh, that's so my uncle's, you know, and like grandpa wanted to go fucking sit on the toilet, grandma wanted to go cook, you know what I mean? Like, I usually don't get ones that are like old ladies. I get the suicides and the murders and the drug overdoses because they pick me.
Yep.
And they have me use my like stories like to tell these people. And
well,
it's
right. Are you saying that it also has a lot to do then sometimes with the one's 3D experiences when they're legitimately channeling somebody out of their heart? You know what I mean? When you're channeling for somebody and doing this, is some of this based off 3D experiences you went through too? You know what I mean?
I've noticed over the course of doing mediumships, I never planned this, you know, that when I connect the dots and I'm like, all right, if they're even available, then if the numbers don't add up and the dates don't add up and their names and they don't like connect with shit in my life, then they're not the right one for me. Then I'm not the right medium. It always seems like, you know, there's correlations, connections with my life, so I can connect to them and they can be like, you know, and then when they come through, it's like it's their personality. And they don't ever want to talk about how they died unless it's like a mystery. They basically just tell about the number one thing when they first come, and it's like, all right, you guys need to listen. This is what grandma or whatever needs to tell you that you didn't know about their life, that you need to understand. That's the way it was, blah blah blah, like some shit they didn't know. And then it goes into you need to do this and da 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 da. And I used to use, like, if it's negative, I might pull a couple fallen angel cards or some, you know, just for my own confirmation, you know, just to be sure, you know, and then and then like if there's any kids that are like teenagers that were like, if you're 10 or above and you were in like Uncle John's life, I'll use these unicorn oracle cards. They're like, you know, whatever little messages for them. And then you need to do this, and then any questions, blah blah blah. And then like by the time that's over, it's almost an hour.
You're a dot connector. You're being a dot connector in essence.
And they're there. And it's like this one dude, he was so fine. I was like, damn, I wish you could like spiritually just get down with me right now. You know, and it's just like, and it seems like the 99% of them are the ones that I can connect with, that I know. Like, solved a murder. I've realized that 99% of suicides are not suicides. They're not coward fucking little Scorpios. They are listening to a voice. They are catalysts. They're something deeper.
I've wondered that too. And I'm not even one to want to go down.
Overdoses are never overdoses. That's just when they go, because they never overdose, because these drug addicts know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, it's weird because we've all been in that depth moment of depression. I mean, where we've thought about suicide a time or two, but we don't go through it. And I can't imagine for the life of me, I'm that fucking strong of a person compared to others. And then I heard others hear this. So I wonder, what is it really then? What is it really? And then I don't like going down that devil rabbit hole. But
my high school sweetheart, my twin flame, and his dad both, you know, there was fentanyl in their heroin, right? And it was like they didn't overdose because they were pros. They knew what they were doing.
That's the thing is, you and I, people that only know this, even regular Starseeds hearing this, aren't going to grasp this concept. The most of them, and
I always thought,
but you can't. You're not going to. These people aren't overdosing because there's a lot of them because they're trying to. They're fucking in dope. They're You can't. These pros that know how to shoot dope, they're not going to miss. And
there has to be something amiss. And it's like most of the time, I was taught, like from books back in the day, I always believed that, let's say you were supposed to live till you were 79 and you killed yourself at 14, you would be persecuted below where you killed yourself and be like a Casper ghost, because you want to fuck and you want to eat and you want to do all this, but you're stuck until you go. And then you go to the left door, or you get whatever. What I realize now is no. Guess what happens to you if you're actually just like, because your will to live is stronger than your want to die. Now, if you're just I just take this for example, Scorpio coward. Scorpio coward that just can't deal with their breakup and they just fucking kill themselves because they're fucking cowards. Guess what? You're gonna be transmutated into insects.
Yeah, they didn't just do that. Something was amiss. Something usually, more than likely, was fucking amiss, because you're not going to just go do that. I mean, and I've been there. People
thrown into a uterus without any.
And you know what? And I'll tell you what, it's been years, but when I was younger too, Scandy, when I was 14, 15, me and my boys, we ran drugs. We were using every fucking drug that you think would kill somebody in one night, and we never overdosed. A couple people did out of stupidity, but I'm talking about dying of a suicide overdose. Something was really more amiss, you know, and I really truly believe that because the amount of dope that I've ingested in one night at 16 is it would make even most adults, even Starseeds heads fucking spin.
And it's crazy because like I've done
Yeah.
every drug but heroin, and it's like in the
Yeah.
pills. I've drank. I've been an alcoholic. I've done it all. Believe me. Believe you me.
Well, if you've done
And let me
opiates,
tell you,
you've done
I
Vicodin,
never. My drug of choice has always been weed, so it's always calmed down. And it's like I never gotten all whacked out, and I've never fucking. I know my limits, dude. I'm not retarded.
Well, here's the thing. I would never advocate using anything like a fucking meth or like a LSD really anymore or anything like that. But if you are, let me tell you something. It's one thing when you got somebody who's got a conscious, who's a super consciousness level person doing it. It's another thing when it's some fucking dumbass down the street doing it with, you know, but we used to always have a
Some
thing with
people, they're
dropping
not even
acid.
meant to smoke weed or drink or nothing. And then some
Meth. And
people,
when we used to drop acid when I was in my mid-teens, when we dropped a lot of LSD, we would be very careful about who you would trip with.
right.
Be very careful because you're locked in.
And it's just like, it don't matter who you are. I mean, some people can handle their shit, some people can't.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it goes. And like,
And it ain't dragging. I'm
you're
not telling
grown.
anybody who's super conscious to go do it. No, trust me, I'm not
If you're
pleased.
fucking
I'm not
grown, if
but
you're a
it's true.
grown ass woman or man in your 30s or 40s and you don't have no responsibilities, let's say, you know, you don't have no kids under 18 or whatever,
But
you don't have shit to lose, you can do whatever the fuck you want behind closed doors as long as it doesn't
especially
fuck up
with
your life.
LSD, don't have any. I always told myself when I was tripping on that shit when I was a teenager, I'm like, this is the one thing I wouldn't want to do if I had responsibility like that because this shit's locked in and you think about
You
everything
have
and
to be in
anything.
control of your
You
fucking.
don't want to ever do any of that shit unless you have no responsibility whatsoever.
Exactly.
I'm not
And I've
telling you to
learned
do
the 3 or 4 times I've done the shrooms and acid. The last time when I had that bad trip, my Lyran masters told me, they said, Shandy Lynn, you cannot do that because you don't need that fucking shit because you,
No, hon,
if you want to
if
be
you
in
haven't done
5D,
it now,
just
done it.
channel. Just channel, Shandy.
But the thing
You
is,
don't
I
need
wouldn't
that
advocate
outside.
anybody over 19 doing it. I wouldn't advocate anybody over that's a teenager ever drop
My
LSD and better have
youngest
no
son and my oldest
responsibility.
son is like, that's his thing. He loves to alter his mind, but then try to control his mind and blah, 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 blah.
Oh
And
my God.
I said, Tyler, because I did a mediumship on some shrooms, and the only difference was I had to keep my eyes shut because of the visuals. It was the same level, 5D, just to test it, and it was nothing different. So I'm like, dude, I don't need that. I don't need that chemical altering because guess what? It's an outside thing, and it like takes me to a fake place.
Not somebody his age now, about 34, because the kids are different. Their DNA
He's
that have been
25.
born
Well,
since the
he's his
90s.
Vietnamese dad's son. He's his over addictive personality. He likes to test.
Right, but he's not over. You know, he was born in this century. I take it though,
Yeah,
right?
99. He's
Well, see, the kids that started to be born in the 90s about that time, their consciousness level is so usually open
But Tyler,
that
my
they
son
don't have
Tyler,
to do any LSD. When I was growing up, a hit or two now, a couple times would be good to
right.
raise your
I mean,
consciousness.
I
But
always told Dad if I lived in the 70s,
still,
I'd be dead.
yeah. Still, though, you can't. It can't
Just
keep
like,
doing it. So
no,
he's
I
tried
can't
it
do it.
once.
Like, I see that, when we're Starseeds and we got the ADHD, and like when you do like the drugs back in the day when we did like the bitch and all that, it was like you're on the etheric level, and like you go to that level. And I like dove
The
down
air is
on my
liquidy.
studies.
Even the air is liquidy when you're on like LSD. Like that's the only thing I can tell people say, well, did it raise your conscious level? I said no, because it already was when I was born. But what
Right,
it
and
did
then
is
you
it
know what
felt like
sucks
the
about it?
fifth
You come back
dimension.
down to
I
3D.
felt like liquidy and all kinds of weird shit. Yeah, I felt like I was moving liquid.
It was terrible. Coming back down to
I
3D.
haven't done any hallucinations in about 30 years, but I mean, it felt like when I take LSD, not the shrooms, but I took probably 55 hits of them from 14 to 17, and I would always go to school on it, which is crazy. The liquid, I felt liquidy. It wasn't that it raised my thoughts really, maybe a little, but
Chilled
it
you
really
out,
just
maybe
made,
chilled your
I felt
fucking
like I was in the
nerves.
fifth dimension. I felt like I was like in the fifth dimension of moving
But
through shit. The way I
we're
would
at that
describe
age where it's like
LSD
they
is,
just don't make drugs like they used to,
no, well, the LSD then the way I would describe it best is it would be like every single emotion you've ever had in your life period, from the most extreme to the other extreme, the most happy, most sad you've ever been. Imagine them mixing all together and melding at one spot
My
and
dad
and,
said
and
he would
putting
take
off
it and go
all.
to concerts, go hitchhike and go to concerts on it.
Yeah, but you know what? I only had the guts to do it like that at that age, though. I
Now,
wouldn't
if I
after
was
I.
like in South America on an ayahuasca journey with a shaman and I was monitored and all that, and they were monitoring, you know what I mean? That's different.
I might try DMT under that because we didn't have it yet around where I lived yet.
My brother
It wasn't
Marius
even
from Norway, he had to clean his system out, and he went to Peru or wherever it was and went on this little ayahuasca retreat. And he don't need my assistance no more. He's like, his soul is saved or whatever. But like that's under like strict fucking
That's the only way I do it. Only way I would too, and it'd be for DMT once. And it's only also because I think with DMT, it's only a 10-minute trip. You're not locked in for fucking hours.
Right.
Anything more than that, forget it.
And honestly, like the closest I felt to God is when I just do meditations. Like when I lay there, I lay on the ground. Like I don't need that extra outside shit to take me to that place, which is great.
Well, you don't need to lay in telekinesis for 18 hours either, though.
Y'all can like find God, but then what happens when you come back down to 3D? You don't live like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see all these beautiful things, and you see God, and you see your life, and everything's beautiful. Then you come back down, smack back to reality.
Yeah, there's always got to be a morning after. Yeah, it's what I tell people.
Life. So what's the point?
Yeah, I tell those people there's always got to be a morning after, doesn't there?
Oh my God, it's so heavy, and you're like, I gotta feed my cat. This is bullshit.
Oh yeah. There's always the morning after.
It's so bad. It's like when you're astral traveling.
Well, at one point of it, okay, it's Friday at 5. Every day's your birthday. There's a 3-day weekend coming up, and everything's great. And then all of a sudden, it's Monday morning at 6:30. Corporate's going to be in town all week, and you got to work 6 days and 12 hours a day for the rest of the week, right?
Oh, for real. And you don't even have no roaches left, and you're like, fuck. For real.
Put a little bit of speed to get
for real.
the rest
It's
of the
the
day.
worst when it's like you hear the birdies, and you're like, birdie, and you're like, oh shit, oh, no one's around, and you're like, oh dude. That's why I was always so smart back in the day, and it was just like, no matter what, like, I mean, I don't discount anything, and like now it's like people think that I'm still on drugs because I'm like, I don't have a sleep schedule.
I don't. My life it doesn't think it. I try to stay here
There's no time. I could sleep for dude, I don't have schedules. Even when I had a 9-to-5 job, no schedules, because that's who I am. You know, I'm manic, I'm mania, whatever you want to mentally call it. Dude, I'm ADHD, I'm fucking autistic. I don't know. I'll high weed, low food diet. Like
as long as you're not looking for you're not using any of that. You're not using any of that evil devil's lettuce called cannabis, are you? That stuff that'll really
dude, even when I was like doing like drugs, like hard drugs, like it was like, oh, you're not channeling real things. It's evil. No, it's not really. When you're on the etheric realm back in 6 and 07.
Yeah, if you're I'll tell you when they're right, when if they were to do it, when you're of a low consciousness and do it, oh yeah, that's the kind of shit's gonna come in for them for sure. Oh God.
I would sleep, I would save it. I would smoke a blunt, take a Xan, and go night because I had to work the next day. I'd go upstairs, and my mom and her friends are up there still with the fucking Christmas lights, and they're like, and I'm like,
oh yeah. Oh well. Did you say on meth? What would you say? Like tweaking?
Yeah, like on the
oh yeah.
Day. Like I was always like, I don't know. I don't mean to be like a responsible drug
go
user,
clean
but I knew that.
Yeah,
I
go
always
clean.
wanted to smoke a blunt. I always wanted to calm down. I mean, never more than one day. And I go upstairs, and the old ladies, my aunties and my mom, were just like,
you know what I found about Shandy? You know what I found about doing that shit years and years ago? Because I worked all night the last 2 nights I was in high school. What I found, and the crank was different back then. It's fentanyl now. It was the shit back then. You'd want to clean a neighbor's house with a toothbrush. But what I found out about it was like a day. A day was okay, but I didn't like that tweaky, buzzy up 3-day feeling that you got from it.
No, I think the longest I stayed up like 80 hours on the Annie.
One time, me more than 2 days, 3 days, and my girlfriend had to put me to bed. I was 19. Yeah.
I don't discount anything I learned. My daughter was born early in California. I was up all night, and I had to feed her a half ounce every hour, and it saved her life. Everything I learned when I was on that level is I don't think it's just because I was on. No, I still be on that level. Like, and it's great that I can be on that level. Like, I'll drink a fucking C4 and be like, dee.
Yeah, I mean, the energy. I gotta imagine. I gotta say the energy back then, though, for a while, the energy was dynamite on it, especially the drugs that they had back then. You know, versus like
before the Mexicans got all deported, and before the whole here in Iowa, all the tanks before they got fucking, gone. Before all
that's where all the good dope is coming from, though. But I'm not calling it good, but that's all where the original meth that makes you so wired you want to clean the neighbor's house.
I think I'm not exaggerating. Never ever buy Sudafed list still.
Yeah, and I want people to understand the meth back then when we were growing up. I'm not exaggerating. It was like a speed where you'd want to clean the neighbor's house.
The Mexicans used to bring over these bricks of fucking like pink Mexi.
Me too. Yeah, I knew them
that
too.
was even before the clear,
red rock.
Like it was all like smoky quartz, and that's how my uncles. I remember my uncles back in the day, dude. My biker uncles. I remember hearing shit, and that's my dad be like, he's amping, he's cranking because they whatever with the biker dope and shit. Like,
I had a hookup with all three of them. I had a hookup with them. I had a hookup with some Sorteños that were Mexicans and some Crips, and they all had different dope, and it was all fucking dynamite back then.
For sure. And like
after that, had this red rock. The Mexicans had this pink rose, red rock, cherry dope. The bikers always had this really yellow, strong shit when I was a teenager.
And then there was the bitch, the blue Smurf.
And the Crips would have this shit from down there that was kind of more of a crystal.
It's like, what do these people know about the blue Smurf?
Oh, the Crips would have loved that. You know, yeah, I
Her
ran into that with blue
name
dope,
was
blue dope. I
Annie,
ran into it.
and
Yeah,
she will have you changing around living rooms with 49,000-pound fucking television sets and no qualms, no fucks given. That was the
yep,
worst. That was the worst. And like, no, dude, that shit was intense. And like from 04, 05, 06, 07, and then 08, I stopped because I got cancer in 09. And I guarantee like that was part of it because I ascended so fast and it was Hodgkin's lymphoma of my blood flow because like
yeah.
my blood wasn't flowing right. And obviously, now that I look in hindsight, it was like whatever. And since then, I've maybe done maybe in like 2012, I did a line in Oregon. I did one. In Florida, I did a little.
Well, when in Oregon, sweetie, when in Oregon, you know, I can't fault you for Oregon because you know, when in Rome, when in Oregon, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
but at the same time, it was only because I wanted to like have a sexual sesh with this dude.
Oh yeah, well
But like,
yeah,
and
oh,
it still made
that's
me the next
another
because it
thing.
had
I
been so
know
long. And the next day, it's like, dude, if I drink an energy drink after 4 o'clock, I'm not going to sleep.
that.
And it's like, dude, what the fuck? The day's coming, and it's
Well,
like,
it wasn't. Look, what you brought it up, so I'm going to tell people also too. A thing about that meth when I was growing up is that if you could either one of two things would happen to a guy, we get what was called dope dick because we're late night. I could say that you couldn't get it hard to save your life, or if you could, and then you finally could, if you
or you
had,
were my baby daddy, where you were
you could
hard all
fuck
night,
all
and all
night
you
long.
wanted to
But
do was
no,
fuck.
you could fuck for days on that shit. You could
Oh
like
my
fuck
God,
for
he had a
days,
waterbed, and that's all he wanted to do. And
days.
me, when I used to do that, my mind was not in that, and I was
You're
drunk.
not normal. Most
I
of the
did not
people I
produce
know doing
liquid. I
shit.
did not get wet. Everything was like, no,
Yeah.
or
I know.
no, get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to write. I'm trying to learn.
Right. Well, you never had any good shit then because the stuff in the 90s with the probe and the ether, it would make everybody do that. And I mean, like, if you guy could get a hard on,
I
he
would
could go for
try, and it
fucking
would piss
days
me
on it.
off because I wasn't producing. My mind would be elsewhere. I would go into the fifth.
Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, I drank rum to fuck.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
never
that's the
once smoked a
thing.
blunt and was
You
like, oh
can
my God,
drink
I'm so
forever on it.
horny. No, I would
You
drink.
could drink forever on that stuff too. What it also
Oh
did
man,
for us
hell
too
yeah,
is you
dude.
could
And
get
then it would
drunk
hit
and be
you
sober
later
in
at
an
night.
hour.
That was
Yeah. Yeah.
terrible.
Right. You're not normal though. You're not, you know, or you didn't have any good dope because also with that shit, you could drink a bottle of rum. You could get drunk in a buzz, but then you'd be sober in an hour and you'd
You
still be
could win
wired. You could
drinking
do the same thing all
competitions.
night. You could drink like a motherfucker on that shit, even if you weren't a
Oh,
drinker. I
I've
don't
won
care if
so
you're a
many
drinker.
competitions at the bar because of that shit.
Yeah,
It's like, damn, how
yeah,
you keep throwing them back? And I'm like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
come
yeah,
4 o'clock
right.
in the morning when you don't have no more, and you're like, whoa, and it hits you, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, right, right. Or, yeah, right, right. Or yeah, I gotta need some more dope to come
But I
back
mean,
to work. I
I've
need some
seen
more
some
booze to,
90% of, I stopped only because it was just like it was pointless to me, and all the
Mhm,
Mexicans were gone, and the party days were over.
right.
And it
Yeah.
was just like it kind of just fizzled out, and they didn't, everybody got busted, everybody got deported, everybody got busted, and it was just like, well, this is fucking stupid. You know what I
Boy,
mean?
everybody got deported, but you, God damn it. I know Ireland needs to deport Shandy. Yeah, yeah, she
Mexicans
needs to be
disappeared,
deported
and
to
I was like,
Dublin.
I guess whatever's now they got this fucking crappy ass fucking shake and bake bullshit ass shit because the
What's
Mexicans
that?
aren't
Oh,
here
you
no
mean
more.
Rice?
Yeah,
You
back
mean
in like
Rice?
2011 or 2012, like it came back around. And I was like, this isn't what I remember. Fuck this bullshit.
Oh, you're talking about that. I think you're talking about the shady organization that's deporting people and shit.
No, they got deported because
Oh,
they were fucking mafioso, and
oh yeah.
my homie little Joe attacked the mailman.
Well, that'll do it.
And then
That'll
once they disappeared, and once all the farms and the anhydrous tanks like were prohibited, and then like it just fizzled out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And now I
Yeah.
hear my brother's
You
like,
still make
oh,
a
blah,
good
blah, blah.
Republican.
And I'm
Don't
like,
you?
dude, I'm not doing anything these days. I don't trust cocaine. I don't trust fucking dope. I don't trust anything. I don't trust your acid. I don't even trust your fucking shrooms. The
That's
only
why
thing I
it should
trust
all
is
be
weed.
legal, clean, cheap. Here, people can say to
Like,
themselves, I mean,
how
you
is
don't
it
have,
so cheap now? I
yeah,
told my brother, how the fuck did you
yeah.
just
It
really?
should be
That's how much
available at
that
the
is now.
store.
I don't know the specific prices, but I promise you, it's like 10 times as cheap as it used to be. And I'm like, well, obviously, it's bullshit if you're getting it that fucking cheap.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I have a
exactly.
hard
The
enough time
thing,
trying to go to sleep naturally, let alone. I'm like, dude, what time is it? I don't care what time it is because I slept fucking. You know what I mean? Like, people can think
no.
what they want. I'm up because I'm up. It has nothing to do with it. And
Oh,
think what
yeah.
you want.
But I would
I
like,
don't
yeah,
care.
it's okay to make them think it, though. I would
Why
even
you guys
encourage
want
get
some?
them
Is that
thinking.
what you want? Are you guys are trying to low key get some? Is that what you're trying to say? Like you want to hook up? I mean, I know people. I mean, I can call
I don't
anybody I
know.
want
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
anytime.
Yeah, I think we might have been kicked off of TikTok. You know that they did that non-censored organization called TikTok. What
Ah,
maybe? Bye. Yeah. The thing is, right? Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, the thing is, right? It's dirty. If it were like Portugal's kind of done it, if it were legal, sold cheap. I don't mean legalized like they did in some cities here where they still kept people homeless and all this bullshit. I mean, like, if it's legal and sold and taxed, the drug problem goes away in a couple generations because it's the thrill of it's kind of gone. But the thing
Yeah,
is, too,
because in
if you don't,
Oregon, like
you
every
don't
night
care
there's
about.
an
Yeah, they
overdose.
tried it in Oregon, but they didn't do it the right way.
Well,
They didn't do it the right way.
regardless if they legalize it, motherfuckers, you know where to go and where not to go.
Yeah,
To go
exactly.
down by the tracks
Right.
or by the
But I'm
river.
talking about people that think it's such a scourge on society. Well, but you don't care about somebody going home and having a couple of drinks at night. I mean, I
Yeah,
know people
you
that go
can
home
take
and
all
have a
these
couple
drinks
lines
in
on the
bed
weekend, and
and
there's
have
people that
a healthy drink
that
and
run school districts.
and X,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
okay.
man. But it's okay
Chilled
though. But if
out,
you think, yeah,
all
I know.
fucked
But
up.
we know the ignorant people that think that. But there's a lot of ignorant people that aren't really part of that generation too that still think that though.
Oh, for sure. You just don't associate with them.
Yeah, you can't really, huh? You can't
I came
mark
from a
yourself
hippie
kind of up
family.
and
My
know
mom
that it ain't.
sold weed, smoked weed, 6-foot John Bon Jovi, the fucking PVC pipes, fucking hand, the fucking triple D,
Yeah,
the whole bit.
typical stoner for back then.
From a
Yeah.
childhood home, and people like, you just know about weed because of Oregon. Not really. I've been around it my whole life.
Oh, good. Hey, oh, good. Do we have a rep? Awesome. Do we have a because I live on the Oregon coast, people? Do we have a rep for that? For
What do
weed
you mean?
and that? Do we have a rep?
I have my permit to work at a dispensary out there.
Well, you said those people in Oregon. Does that mean that we have a rep in other parts of the country for being a weed state?
Oh yeah, definitely. I know
Oh
everything
God,
there is to know about it, and I used to trim when I was there, and I know the ins and outs, and I know the fucking the evolution,
for
and
my
you know what
better
I mean.
people.
Like, it's part of my life. It's like if I'm freaking out or like kind of shaken, I'll smoke a little bit of weed, and I'm fine. It just
The
chills me out. That's
Oregon.
why I
This
can't
is
smoke
so
sativa.
truly. That person made my day. Oregon, really. We have a rep out in the other parts of the country.
Dude,
Really?
at La Mota, they used to call me Dubsat.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh,
Oregon.
you want that shit at the bottom of the jar?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do. I don't care about looks or taste. I'm trying to roll this up. I'm not trying to put it on a fucking curio cabinet."
Hey, how would okay, who you're talking about buying some weed now? I mean, how would some of these people like to go buy a bag of seeds? Are you old enough to remember buying a bag of Mexican weed with seeds? I mean, they had every
Oh
other
fuck
drug
yeah!
that
In
has the
California,
back
that shit that smelled like
Mexican weed
fucking
stuff.
that shit that smelled like fucking um uh hold on, chili powder.
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah,
SoCal,
but
in
might as
Southern
well be.
California in the '90s, yeah, the homeless Mexicans, we'd get hot food for them from the Vietnamese spots with food stamps.
And they gave us that weed.
Yeah, that Mexican dirt.
Well, they made up for it. The rest of their dope was good, and they would sell it to you dirt cheap for a whole shitload of great shit. So,
Yeah,
but their
even
pot.
when we like started smoking the really good Tangerine Dream, like I just want to go on and get Casper's fucking Mexican weed, please. And like the other day,
Dude,
my
I haven't
homie came
seen
through,
them
and
around in decades,
his
dude.
brother was
You
growing actually like Reggie, Sir Reginald.
Yeah, dude, I'm talking. This shit sucked, dude. This shit was full of seeds and it was brown and like dirty. I'm talking, but I'm older than
That's
you
that
though,
dirt bud.
too.
That's that dirt
But
weed. That you might
that's
as
what I'm
well
talking
fucking.
about. Yeah, but we called it Mexican because we
Yep.
got it from Mexicans.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
they had
I
the
know.
best other dope. I want to say to be all fair, the rest of their shit was fucking the best, and it was the most, bang for your buck.
I tell people nowadays, I'm
But
like, dude, all these buds and all these different strains that you got they're the great grandfathers of Sir Reginald, the green chunk from Texas.
well, it's not about. Of course, the THC is a lot more potent now, but the weed is different now. It's more GMO based. If you don't know
But yeah,
local home that grows
yeah.
it, yeah, even
Me,
in a legal state like Oregon, in the
oh
shops, the
for sure.
shit's
I
like
realized living in Oregon, like people
different.
buy weed there for taste and looks.
Yeah, the high is different though, but it's different.
But you're spending
It's not
ten
like the
dollars for a
last
gram of
high.
some beautiful weed that's only 16% THC, and I'm spending $2 for some ugly weed that's 29% THC. Y'all are fucking retarded.
Right. But I leave the shops here. You can get it in both. So I know a homeboy that has got a homeboy that grows it, and I get it from him because it's not growing in
Yeah,
chemicals and all this
my
shit.
homie Coleman, he's from the VA. His old men in Central Oregon have the best dirt bud. It's the best, and it's just like, and it's like, when you're spoiled with like a menu and shit like that, you want the best bang for your buck. Just like if you go to the store.
Oh, you're talking about Oregon? Yeah, we're spoiled
Yeah,
in Oregon for
there's
sure.
no tax, and you look and see what the more higher percentage is, and you go to the candy store, you don't get the same kind of candy. And I realize like the trimming and shit
Yeah.
like that, people like the tumble trimmed and all that, and it's just like, okay, the big like Girl Scout cookies and all this, it's got a name. I don't care what it's called. Let me smell it. Let me
That's
look
what I
at it.
bought for my
Let me
dad
chew
the
on the
other day.
stem.
He's on the
Let me
medical.
see if it's worth it, and I'm gonna smoke it. And if I like it, I like
So
it. If I don't, I don't. I'm not gonna smoke it
that's
because
funny. Of all the weeds that are out, Shandy, of all
lemon
the weeds that
sour
are out
weed
there,
ball.
I went and bought my dad some the other day, right? And guess what they sold me with some Girl Scout cookies, weed, and of all the kind, and you mentioned it there. There's
What?
a million different names.
What?
Oh, well, you said the Girl Scout cookie. I went and got my
Well,
old
I mean,
man a
there's so many
bag.
different ones, though. I've learned.
Yeah, but that's what they gave him. That's what they gave him with the other Girl Scout cookies.
Well, when I first got to Oregon, I hooked up with Grandma's doctor, and he's no longer a doctor, but he would bring an ounce of medical, and that medical looked like some brown ass, dirty ass weed. But I tell you what, it was the best ever, 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 ever.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
it's crazy because it's like, no matter what, you find what works for you. Like I have mania, so I don't like the super fluffy sativas. The darker, the denser, the better. The homies
I need
Washington, outdoor, dark, dense bud is my shit.
Me too. I wonder if that's why. Hey, Shan, you know what sativa does to me? Sativa gives me kind of a little bit of an anxiety, or it's more apt to give me anxiety than indica.
Like if it's not Reggie sativa, like back in the day where you smoke a joint and take the house. No, if it's like some fluffy fucking, you could break it down and snort the shit. No, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, today's sativa. Today's sativa is more of a paranoid.
Don't do it. If you're slow and you need some motivation, smoke it.
Yeah. Well, the sativa in general gives me that feeling, though, if I don't have it mixed with a little bit of indica in a bud at least. But if it's straight sativa, I get a little bit unnerved by smoking it.
For sure. I get all fucking wangy and my heart starts beating and shit, and I get all
nervy kind of. Yeah.
That's why I don't do like super uppers either, because it makes my ADHD and my pulse, because pulse runs at like 110 at all times anyway. So it's like Dale Denton. I run hot, so it's like it intensifies the fucking intensity.
Sure.
I want to.
Sure. Yeah, I'm hit and miss with it with my ADD. Sometimes it calms it down a bit, and sometimes it does do what you're saying. So, but it's hit and miss with uppers.
Like with me, like the darker, the denser, the better for me, and that's just the way it is.
I've heard that about you. I've heard that about you.
Yep, and for sure, and it's just like I like to sample them all. Of course you do. My favorite strain is Blue Dream because it's Tangerine Dream. And it's just, I love how it makes me feel. One day I walked down to La Mota right when they opened up at 9:00, and I had $6, and there was Snoop's Dream. It was 33%. I walked up the street. I got a gram, walked up the street, collected money from the house, walked back down the hill, and it was gone. I was so sad.
Why? Because somebody bought it out while you were gone?
Everybody bought it within 5 minutes, and then I never seen it again.
Yeah.
But I do like the White Widow, and I do love the cookies, like the orange cookies, because they're really dark and dense. I do love like the cakes and the pies and those kinds, like for the taste. But I don't care what it's called. I just when you have the menu, the value, the amount, the percentage. I don't care what it looks like. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna put it on my fucking curio cabinet with a light like some blown glass. I'm gonna roll it up in a blunt.
Yeah, we had names for it when I was growing up in the late 80s, 90s, but it was more like the brand per se, like a skunk. It's a skunk, or it's a kush, or it's a
Anybody that's not from a legal state don't understand the fucking the privilege of being spoiled to know when it was harvested, what percentage it is. You know what I mean? Like you here, you just get what you get, and you don't throw a fit from the plug.
Well, yeah, it was kind of like that here before it was legal too. But it was right. You don't have a label on it that says exactly.
And you don't know the percentage, you don't know the strain, nothing. And to be spoiled like that, why wouldn't you want to get the best bang for your buck?
Well, well, I can imagine people wouldn't think of it from other states.
The people out in Oregon that are from there, they're just buy for fun. They're not real.
Yeah, pretty much. That's mostly what it is. But I'll tell you, it's a hell of an industry. You have two of you, as you know, you have two shops on every block here in the city. City you're in.
And it's like even my kids that get the bud from over there, they're like, "Oh man, this is some blah 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 blah," and I'm like, I don't care, because guess what? If you're a farmer, you can name it whatever the fuck you want, and just because you say it's this weed, it doesn't. There's no proof that it is.
Yeah, when I say everybody, not everybody's smoking it, but there are a lot more people than even the stoners.
Oh, this is the AK-47, dude. If I grow my own weed, I can name it whatever I want. Actually, the dispensaries are the middlemen. You know, so you can say that this is blah blah, and then you look it up on Leafly, and it's like this and this. But how do you know?
Cryptochronica, Metonica, Botanica, Rocker, Mononica.
You haven't smoked that much weed, and you don't know about. You know how I know a lot? I chew on the stems. It's from the lime, like the citrus family. If it's from like the cake family, or if it's from like the spicy, like THC too spicy kind of family.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I bet, huh? I bet you can tell. Yeah,
that's how I can tell. If that stem
is. I never was really into the stem.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And I'm just, yeah, and it's just like, even if it's mass produced and it's this name and this name, it's not as good as some random ass shit that, fuck it, smoke it. I mean, why not?
Yeah, the high's a little different on a lot of the shit that's grown in the shop though too. It's not this laughable shit. Of course, I'm about 6 years older than you, and that makes a big difference in the times we grew up in. And so it really,
But
yeah,
how is
I
there
mean,
ways to prove that that is Afghan OG Kush, blah, blah, blah? How do you
the
know?
grower, it comes from the growers. I know a bunch of guys that do it for the stores too. They name it. Okay, so typically, Shandy, they name it, right? The guy that's producing the
But
shitload, but
you
at the
look up
farm.
the strain online and it's like,
But
oh, this is a cross between this and
But
this.
where
Like,
does he get it? Where does he get it? Probably from the guy that gave him. Okay, so the farmer is the one the name comes from this shop. So the farmer probably got it from the guy that hooked him up with the
with the
first
seeds.
clippings of it. Right. And
I'm
then that
selling
guy
you
probably
these
got it from
seeds
that
because
guy.
these are OG Kush seeds. How do? Oh, okay, sure. You just
Well,
trust.
yeah, yeah, right. But that's kind of the natural progression. In any progression like that, the name can get missed. You know what I mean? We don't
Isn't
know
it, you
that
can
all
just
these
grow weed and
supplements.
name it whatever you want? The weed that we usually get that we sell, and we're like, what's it called? I don't know, Shandalicious.
Oh, I love it.
That's
There
that
you go.
Shandalicious. That's that
New
dark.
Pleiadian
That's that
weed.
dark Pacific Northwest bud because we're OGs.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
all it is. I don't care what fucking name it is. Just fucking smoke it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you
You know,
really, you
and
know.
like people that have never been to legal states, like, and then like the kids that like are like, oh, this is that, and this is that, and this is that, and cool beans. Nobody cares. But
Yeah,
let me just look
yeah.
at it, okay? Let me look at. You got 10 different kinds. Let me just pick which one I want the most. Let me chew on some
Yeah,
stems.
kid, I know your souls are older than mine. Your consciousness is deeper than mine. But kid, when it comes to the fucking weed, I don't care
And
where
there's
it
so
was.
many.
What?
There's so many strains where they say it is, and you look at it, and you're like, no, the fuck, it's not. No,
I
it's
don't know.
not.
I don't mind listening to them. No, I kind of get a kick out of the kids. If they want to tell me all about it, I'll act interested. You know.
Well, my son tells me all about it because he knows I love it, and we
Yeah,
love it,
guys.
and we're
It's
just like,
great to hear them talk.
just like if we were foodies. You know, I got this good rare steak from, you know what I mean? Like, or I got this great fucking juicy peach. You know what I mean? If we were like all about fruits and vegetables, just because we love it. And then there's some people that are like, I don't care what it's called. And I'm like, that's because you've never been in a legal state and you don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, it's one thing to say it right and have a no consciousness level, and it's another thing to say it and be like, okay, you've been there. You know,
Yeah.
I've been there, kid. I've been there.
I
I know it
trim
could be
for
anything, right?
farmers.
So I
It's
said,
like,
fucking just give it to me. But if somebody, most of the time when people are saying it, they're just fucking like, it's a low
yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah.
No
Just try to
thanks
be
for it.
cool. But like the homie I trimmed for, he had a farm
Yeah.
out there, right out there by Riddle. And what did he name it? He named not Jelly Bean, Jelly Bean, because he was from Texas. Jelly Bean.
Yeah,
And then he named
Riddle, Oregon, and Riddle,
Yeah, and then
Oregon.
he named this other
Yeah,
strain
from
he
there.
named this other strain Hot Coyote because he found it while he was hunting coyotes. And
Yeah.
then sell it to the
Well, that's how
dispensary.
consciousness, though. But in all fairness, that's how consciousness comes about in naming things
Yeah, and
sometimes.
then the dispensary just takes it at face value. You say it's this called this, and they have to just believe that
Mhm.
it's this. They can choose to sell it or not. They can choose to keep it and not sell it.
And I would assume that's how most anything gets named, wouldn't you think? Like that, or I mean, a lot of
For
things.
sure. Especially if you like make up a different like recipe, you know, Shandy's magical cookies or something, you know.
Alter it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you could take that fucking high dough and
we found a plant by the fucking cornfields last year, and it was fully grown, and we picked it, and it wasn't ditchweed, but we could tell it was good, but it wasn't like high THC. So I dried it out, and I made fucking butter out of it, and I made edibles and tea out of it, and I made butter, and I did it right, and I made cookies, and it was fire.
it didn't have
Smoke it.
seeds. You mean it was a female plant that grew without any seed pollen, and it just happened to be growing there.
And you just
Nobody
gotta
caught it.
know, like those kind, it looked pretty, but it smoked like shit, and then you know that let's just try it. Why not? You know. And we
Right.
did, and
Did
it
you get
fucking
high?
worked good. Like my brother used to bring over that hay. I said, I don't want that fucking hay. You might as well boil it down into some fucking oil and tea right there.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, anything before you harvest it, I can't grow to save my life. But anything after harvest, I got you.
You mean you can make oils and can you bake
Oh
into it
yeah,
too?
I
Like,
can do it all. Like
have
I
you
love
turned,
trimming though, because it's like
coffee?
little afros. I love it. And then I pull the stems, and yeah, it's great. And I
Can you
love.
make it into like this coffee? When I was in high school, I was dating this girl for a while, and she would make this shit out of. She was going to at the local college, but she would make it into this coffee chocolate type of drink shit. Man, it was almost too much. I'd get passed out on,
Yeah.
a glass of it. But she'd make this shit that was like coffee, kind of a chocolate. You look like you've seen it before.
Well,
Yeah.
what I do with it is like you know, equal parts bud, equal parts olive oil. And then you just burn it
Hmm.
down little by little and
Hmm.
take that little spoon and you put it in your coffee.
That sounds. Right. But yeah, that sounds almost like how she made the coffee, though. She went to
Right.
that kind of
You
length
add
to,
that to the coffee.
yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
With the butter, when I make the butter,
Yeah.
you make the butter and then you just fucking you add that to your cookie mix. But you got to know how
Yeah.
to carbolize it. You got to know how to strain it with the, you got to. It's a process. It's not just like
You had that
put
look
some
on your
wheat and
face.
some brownies.
You had that look on your face. You knew what I was talking about the moment it came out of my mouth. Yeah, it was. Yeah, a big
Dude,
old liquid. You kept a
edibles are
big
my
old
weakness.
liquid pot of
Butter's
it.
my weakness, bro. If you give me some butter toast, dude, I'm not moving out of my bed. I'm not functioning great, but I'm a useless
I
waste.
almost thought you drugged me one night. It was crazy. I mean, really, have another glass of it, and I
Oh, I
passed
go to
out.
panicking all the time and get cookies, get gummies, only because of my back pain, dude.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy at
It don't.
Yamamoto's like, you never had new gummies, bro? So like, you just eat like 3 gummies, right? And you just like chew them, and you just keep like chewing them, right? And then like whatever them kids are doing, it don't bother you no more. He was not
Well,
wrong.
yeah, good. Yeah, good. Any kind of good drug will do that for you. But yeah,
The gummies, because I never had like true gummies, and he's like, I was like, so do you just no? You just gotta keep chewing them, and like, if you don't want the kids to bother you, just eat like 3 or 4, and like whatever they're doing, you're gonna be like, they're fucking up, and you're just gonna laugh, and I'm like, dead ass, dead ass. Thanks, Scoopz, Shaggy.
I don't really like the oral feeling of it. I think it goes back to when I had it that time with her, like all those years ago. But the oral feeling of it, the body, and most people love the feel of it on their body. It makes me feel nervy, but that's just because I'm weird, I
Like
guess. But
those Magic brand cookies, like the
yeah,
dispensary with the MAGIK.
yeah,
Yeah, dude, people, if you have a low metabolism,
yeah.
edibles will be good for you. If you have a high metabolism, edibles are not good. And then they're
Okay,
so
I do.
cheap. And if they're fake and whatever, if they're not from a dispensary, like you'd be like, oh, I ain't feeling nothing today, and then it hits you, and the next thing you know, you're incapacitated. It's like
Yeah.
absinthe. You gotta wait. And like if you have a high metabolism, you're gonna just keep eating the gummies and eating the gummies, and it's not gonna do shit for you.
Okay, I must have a low one then. I must have a low one then because it really fucks with me bad, like
Yeah,
to
I ate
eat it.
that
I
cookie,
mean,
and
I
I was
just
like,
don't
oh,
like the
I'll eat the
feeling.
other one. I get to fucking Panda Express over there on the other side of Roseburg by Carl's Jr. Next thing I know, I'm looking at my plate, and I'm like, it hits me, and I'm like, there's so
Yeah.
much food here. What? I was freaking out. I was like, this is too much food. I can't eat it. And I was just like, this is too much. I need to go by the river. And it was just like, it hit me. But like,
Yeah.
I like the edibles for my back pain.
Okay,
And like,
that's what it is. Okay. I always thought I said, man, maybe it's just because it's too strong. But I've never every other drug and even smoking that shit, I have a tolerance that could go through the fucking roof with. But so I
you just
thought
gotta
I let it
wait.
do that.
You gotta wait.
Okay, it's
Like,
metabolism. It's a
that's why
metabolism
I
thing.
would buy like a gram of CBD weed and mix it with my
Oh,
THC weed, and that way,
no, I'm not gonna go that
like,
route. But
I
yeah.
don't wake and bake like my mom, dude. If I wake and bake, I'm useless to the world. Like, I like to wake up
Me
and get.
too. Yeah, but isn't it funny? But if you smoke 20 times that amount of weed, I'm exaggerating
If
that
I know
at
I'm not
night,
doing nothing, like on the weekends with B, dude, we'll wake up, smoke a blunt, and go eat breakfast, and I'll be like, I'm taking a nap.
But if you got anything to do, that one hit of weed will feel like you took 30 with
I
nothing to
never
do.
smoked weed and went to school. I could not function. I never smoked
Oh,
weed at work.
okay.
It depends
You
on the job I had. Like at Goodwill, I did, but like if I had to focus on something, I couldn't do it stoned.
fuck,
Like
you used to
stone,
drop it. You
getting
used to do
stoned
it
to me
for
is like a privilege.
15
It's like,
shit, like it was nothing.
I'm not one to ride a bike smoking a cigarette. I'm sitting down to smoke a cigarette. I'm sitting down to
Yeah.
chill to smoke this blunt. I'm not over here. Even if I had pounds and pounds of it, I'm not going to sit there and just keep smoking and smoking
We
for
didn't
shit.
go to school high. We did all the time. We go to school at 15, 14 in junior high on LSD and shit. I don't know how we didn't
I
get
couldn't
caught.
do it.
Nowadays you get caught.
I'm
It's
a
different.
straight A student. Okay, I didn't have time for that. I smoked weed after school. It inhibited my fucking intelligence back then, back in the 90s, because it was just Reggie, and it just made me like, "Uh," you know. So like I couldn't like function on it. It was like an after school activity.
Well, it's so
You
much
know,
more. See,
it was
back
like a
then they couldn't really
reward.
substitute for anything but alcohol if it was in your system. So there's nothing they could do. And my mom wasn't going to say shit. So we did. And I got hit by a car one day on it. I wonder if that shit. I was on LSD one day and we had a busing strike. I wasn't old enough to get my license. I was 15. I was running down, really, I was starting to peak on acid, running down to her Camaro. And I start running across the street, and this car sideswipes me. And I spun, got up, got in the car. The rest of my buddies were in there, and they're like, "You okay, Larry? You okay, Larry?" And this woman comes up to my mom. "You should take him to the hospital." I said, "Mom, I ain't going to the fucking hospital. Just hit the gas and go." And
Dead
and and
ass.
and all the way home, they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm not, dude. I'm fine.
I'm good.
But I wonder if I wouldn't have been fine, I would have probably had a broken arm or something. It was weird.
But you don't even feel it until like after
No,
the fact.
I spun like I was a pirouette. You know, it was a Bronco too. It sideswiped me. Boom.
Yep, I had
Yeah.
a friend who was all doped out one day, and she was like, "You see these scars, dude? This car fucking hit me. I didn't even know, dude. I just started walking. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck?" She's like, "Yeah, I was in the hospital the next day. I was like, what the fuck? Didn't even fucking care." I'm like, good Lord, have mercy. I freak out when I get a
Yeah.
little bruise. Like, where did I get that bruise from?
Yeah, it was really weird. You know, I mean, just weird shit, spacing out in metal shop with a mask on, holding the welding. I remember my teacher looking at me and going, "Mr. Locken,
I was always so serious about my
yeah.
studies. Even though I didn't barely go to school, I still was a straight A student because I was so smart, I guess.
Well,
You know.
yeah, I got pretty good. I did most of my friends' homework still, but I mean, but the school I went to didn't require an attendance. They did. It was a
Yeah,
big
it was back in
module.
the 90s, so
We
you
had
could do what you want.
2,200 kids. We had 22 motherfucking 100
Yeah.
kids at my school.
It was like, you know,
2,200.
your
Yeah, and
attendance
teachers
is
that
in
were
direct
old.
correlation to your grades. I'm like, bitch, have you seen my grades? Shut the front door.
Yeah,
But then I
but
got
it
into
was
11th grade. I got with my Vietnamese baby daddy. I was taking chemistry and calculus and AP English and Spanish 3 and all these hard ass classes. And I was smoking doobies
right.
and I was ready to go to California. I was like, I am done. I'm done. I can't do all
Yeah,
this. My Vietnamese friend moved away. I can't cheat off of her. That's how I got past physics. Because I'm not a science person, you know. Fuck that shit. I don't fucking care about your fucking geometry and your gut. Now that I do sacred geometry, I get it. The
I
protractor was
tried
my
to
enemy.
educate more.
How many different degrees can there be? You go home and be like, oh, we need to find the degree of this isosceles triangle or this theorem or this fucking circle. And do problem
Some of
17 through 99. Bitch, what? I only got the
yeah,
odds right because they were in the back of the book.
yeah.
But now I realize that no wonder why it was such a fucking thing because now I do sacred geometry and mundane geometry is
You know,
redonkulous.
you know what's so funny, Shandy? My daughter just graduated from college last year, and her boyfriend is getting ready to this year, and he's a math student. He's in such an advanced math that they get to write their own math. But he was explaining to me and my dad how for specifically though what his dad does, that trigonometry and all that shit is needed. He designs railroads, and he says his dad needs that for that, but for this other
Yeah.
shit, not really. But for some shit. But
Well,
not
yeah,
every fucking,
architect
not
or
to be
something.
a fucking nurse, not to be a fucking nurse or even a lawyer do you need that shit. But
But
they
have
make you
you,
take it.
how old are you? 40,
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah. He said you'd be surprised for what his dad does in design and railroads. He needs
Right.
calculus and all that shit, but a
Well,
lawyer doesn't
yeah.
need it. A fucking doctor doesn't need it. You know what I
Nurses,
mean?
engineers need that too. But for me, have you ever used a squared plus b squared equals c squared minus 14xy?
No. But yeah, but no, he was just trying to make the point that there's like one in all those that need it, but that's it.
If I know my simple math,
Yeah,
like I still have to do this number and
right.
like
But
they
they'd make
taught
you
us our
take
time
that shit.
fifth grade.
Yeah, but they'd make you take that shit to most fields where you don't need it in.
Well, I was in advanced math, and then by the time I got to ninth grade, I was like, this is stupid. And then, like, dude, like they taught us our times tables in fifth grade. They taught my kids times tables in first grade.
Yeah.
And I got an award for in elementary school. My whole
Well,
elementary school career, never spelled a one spelling word wrong.
wow.
That's what I do, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna. If you would have said anything else, I was gonna go, "Gee, that's great." But that's quite an accomplishment to go that whole time without one word wrong. I got to
Oh,
give it to
because
you.
that was like my thing.
That's
That's my
pretty
thing.
dope.
Yeah,
That's
those
pretty
people that
dope.
I admired were the ones that never missed a day.
That's dope too. I gotta say, dude, I think if it were much more than that, it'd be just that they were piece of shit squares. But because they didn't miss a whole day, they get the street cred.
I
Yeah,
really admire the
because
ones
they
that
went
were
the
like
whole
the most
gambit.
improved. The most improved student, they were my favorites.
Yeah, if it wasn't, yeah, right, yeah. Well, I got that one time. Yeah, but you know what? If they run the whole, that's one of them things where if they don't quite make it, I'm gonna think they're fucking dorks. But if they make it, they get street
Well, I
cred. Like
wanted
I
to be
mean,
a
they didn't
criminal
miss a day. Yeah,
psychologist and
if
now
you only
learn
missed
about
a
stuff.
few, you know what? Big deal.
Yeah. I went to Cali and had a bunch of kids instead and learned through life. But at this day and age, not a damn one job has ever asked me for proof of my GED. And my daughter works in the daycare as a preschool teacher, never went to school, college a day in her life.
Right.
It's like, you know, that stigma of got to go to school and got to go to college and got to do this and, you know, the
Yeah.
schedule. That's outdated as fuck.
No, I've never heard of it. Is that a stigma?
Back in the day, that in Iowa especially, like you go to
Okay.
colleges are like a big deal, and then like you might get a job at John Deere or some shit.
Well, they are if you want to get some illusionary. Yeah, they are if you want to. If you actually are all about just the money. If you're all about the money, they are. But even still, it's still so many things have to go right for you. So many breaks have to go right for you. You know,
So that's
yeah,
why
it's a rough.
online.
It's a rough road.
I took the test. I passed. I diligently, as the student that I am, I did them classes on my own, and like I'm thinking about going back to Upper Iowa just for 2 years to get my fucking bachelor's in psychology, just so I can learn more and just so I can get my foot in the American door to have my own.
Are you going to be a Hawkeye? Are you going to be a Hawkeye? Are you going to the University of Iowa there?
University. This is Upper Iowa. This is a local college.
Oh, you're not going to Iowa State to be a Cyclone or Iowa to be a Hawkeye? Okay.
Boulder College, and I wanted to go do that, but like, no, I went back to college to write my book 12 years ago, and they put me in these. I failed these initial tests, and I was in algebra and all this dumb shit. They told me I couldn't write and all this, and I'm like, fuck, because I'm not a journalist. Fuck you guys. I got my student loans, got my van, and my Mexican paid the rest of my student loans, so I can get the rest of them. But I just want to do it so I can get my foot in the door and open up my own shop and be like, quote, legal. Because those, even though my certificates are accredited, that's how you get your foot in the door. To have your own like, private practice or whatever. Even though I'm not going to do details. I mean, in America, and plus I want to learn.
America, yeah, I know it's always going to be great. It's going to be great again for the first time ever.
Social work, so I can work in the community. So like that might be the only reason I do that, and just because in Europe, shit,
yeah.
I can still open up my own shop in Oregon, but to be super like legit.
Yeah, but Oregon and Washington are the only states like that in Europe.
I need that money, and I need
the rest is
more. Why not?
Fairly enlightened.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, the rest of the country, besides that northern tip of California where Shasta and the Redwoods are, you got Oregon, Washington. If you're not, besides those two states, you can't even remember, they're on such a super enlightened scale compared to the rest of the country. And it's not trying to sound snobby, but it's a fact.
What tree were you next to? In the Redwoods.
That question. Oh, I could never do that. Yeah, did she ask those? Yeah, she asked those two.
By the North Umpqua in the fucking Cascades.
Yeah, she put that on Francesca the time. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, Amber. What the fuck? And you're using my page name to ask for that? Fuck.
So now that
what tree was that at?
Do you feel better in life without dealing with her crap?
Oh, sweetie, my dear sister, I know I should have listened to your advice long about getting rid of her, but I had to play it out. But what I was going to say to you,
that's your connection,
I guess it was. I know, and you know why that karma path was, because I write too big a fucking long question, and I'm still dealing with that. When I write too long of a fucking message to you instead of doing a voice. But listen, when I talk shit about Iowa, when I talk shit about Iowa, which most people don't notice, because you notice that I'm always saying on your post that you're from that enlightened planet called Iowa, and people really think that Iowa is an enlightened place. And see that, I think most do.
Larry's toxic trait. He can push the fucking microphone to text a book, but he can't push the microphone to record his voice.
That's true. I know, and people that'll hear it that know me know this too.
And I know when it's your post, and I'm like, oh, he didn't even use no swear words. Oh, good for him. But nobody's trying to read that. What are you talking about? What?
Like, okay, like when I post some of your shit, or I post some of your shit, or I comment on some of your stuff, and I say you're from that enlightened. That you're enlightened from Iowa, that you're from that enlightened planet called Iowa. People think I'm serious and think Iowa is really enlightened. But this ought to tell you, right, what I just said, that that I know what I'm talking about Iowa, because I knew the name of the University of Iowa and Iowa State's mascot.
We have good colleges. A lot of people come here to go to college.
You probably didn't even know that they were the Cyclones and the Hawkeyes.
No, fuck the Cyclones at Iowa State. We go for the Iowa Hawkeyes. But
right, but
in my town, it's University of Northern Iowa, and a lot of people come here for engineering degrees. A lot of people.
Have you been to Ames? Have you ever been to Ames?
Ames is Iowa State.
Okay, but have you ever been there much?
Yes, I've been there a few times because my godmom played basketball for Ames, and
you don't know much about it.
Fucking yippity fucking.
Well, I saw them on Food Network. I saw them on Food Network one time, and they have this place where they sell all day long these hamburger sandwiches made of fucking beef out of an ice cream scoop that's been chipped all day. Never mind, you wouldn't know because you've only been there a few times. But I wondered if you were locally close to there. But you're more of you're a Hawkeye.
I'm north. I'm north.
Yeah.
I'm northeast Iowa, right up in the corner.
Northern Iowa.
Where's northern? To Chicago, 3 hours to Minneapolis, 3 hours to Omaha, and 4 hours to St. Louis.
Where's Northern Iowa College at then? There's a Northern Iowa College.
There's University of Northern Iowa in my town, and then there's Iowa.
Okay, well, you know who went there? Do you know who Kurt Warner was? Do you remember Kurt Warner, the quarterback?
Yes. Yeah.
Kurt Warner played there at Northern Iowa. Okay, he was
and also the wrestler dude. What's his name? Fucking there's a famous wrestler dude from here too. I can't remember his name, but we also have the 5 Sullivan brothers from here.
Okay, no, I don't know.
Iowa, the 5 Sullivan brothers that died. That's famous. Whatever. We have Slipknot.
Oh, okay.
We have fucking Corey and his bitch ass. We have
Corey
Ashley
who?
is from Cedar Rapids, but like Adam from Workaholics is from Cedar Falls.
Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Corey Good. Who you talking about?
Corey Taylor, Slipknot.
Okay, yeah, those other 3 way more famous than he is. Okay, where that is.
They're the only ones basically that came, and back in the day it was, girl came from Waterloo. What was her name? She was some light-skinned singer back in the day. And that was about it. Nobody else.
I heard Napoleon came through there at one time too. Is that true? Huh? Napoleon? I heard Napoleon might have met his end in Waterloo.
Napoleon, Battle of Waterloo.
Yeah, that was in Iowa, I take it.
The toilet.
Well, then why were you guys named after water? You know, is that kind of an apropos name for that town, really, when you think about it?
Well, the river flows through it. We're in Blackhawk County, and it was like water. I don't know why. It's like the Lou. It's disgusting.
Is it maybe where you meet your end?
Well, our town was built from the railroad, like where in my neighborhoods, like Mississippi folk came up, and it was kind of like swamp, kind of like the sand pits, where I was created. And then like when you get to Cedar Falls and get to the university, you're up higher, so like you're middle class or whatever. I don't get down with the Cedar Fallsians because Brittany and Brad can fuck.
There's like reason it's not
I'll fuck you up.
They're not just trying to say you're going to meet your end, kind of like Napoleon did. It's not like where you go to meet your end is consciousness-wise.
No, there was a lot of fights. Like the effigy mounds are an hour north of us.
Okay. Okay.
Chief, like a lot of Pleiadians were like in this area. Right. And it's like the biggest grotto in the whole world is in West Bend, Iowa. It's like one of the wonders. It's beautiful. But like there's a few things here, and like up in Decorah, up like in the top corner, like up by up kind of by Wisconsin, like there's cliffs and little like you could say it's little hills or whatever, and it's more beautiful. But here people are like, oh, you grew up on a farm? No, bitch, I did not grow up on a farm. Okay, my great grandma did have a farm that we went to by the fucking Amish folks, but I never grew up on a fucking farm. I mean, I detasseled, yes, for like 2 days, and fuck you. And
but I have seen. Did you tell her? But you have seen Deliverance.
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, good. Don't.
And I've never been to the Field of Dreams.
Oh, really? Oh, is that in Iowa too? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have asked you if I would have known that. I would have asked you a million questions about it.
Yeah, and then what else was something else? I mean, whatever. I don't care. Like, and I'm from here, but my soul belongs to the West Coast. But like, I never grew up on a farm.
Totally.
I go to the farm. Like, it's not super farm. Like, there's dairy farms, and I'm grateful that I live here, that we can get fresh meat. Like right now, there's a cow called Chocolate Milk at my best friend's farm that we're gonna butcher, and we're gonna fucking keep half of it, sell half of it. We're getting a little baby pig, raise it, and eat it. We got farmers markets, Amish people with like brand new fucking fruits and vegetables picked that day. Like, we don't have to worry about bullshit ass food.
Oh, thank God I'm from the West Coast then.
No, fuck that and your skinny cows and your don't even know. The homie over there in Oregon was like, how do you want your pork steak? I'm like, done. This ain't no tri-tip.
You guys are cannibals.
I am such a carnivore.
Are you?
You never had a real Iowa chop. I'm going to bring it when I come out to Oregon. I'm going to bring some Iowa chops.
No, fuck. Oh, no.
I'm going to bring a tenderloin this fucking big, my dude.
Oh, good God. No, people document this moment.
And I'm going to bring real sweet corn. Okay, I'm going to send you some sweet corn because they're about to be harvested. And don't be freezing corn on the cob. Anybody that's listening right now, if you freeze corn on the cob, don't talk to me ever again, because that's blasphemy. That's disgusting.
Oh, God. It tastes like rubber.
And it's all moist, and it's just like, that's just wrong. Ew.
Oh, it tastes like hell. People joke about rubber. That shit is like rubber.
Dude, you shuck the corn, you eat the corn. We don't save the corn. We fucking eat it.
It's got to be done right away. Well, bread here in the United States, we have a loaf of bread that'll last fucking, if you don't make it yourself, for 3 weeks. They don't.
Well, we're right by Wisconsin,
they don't do that. They have bread that lasts a couple days because it's real.
Dude, there's Wisconsin cheese. There's Nature's Touch bread. Like there's like hostesses here in our town. We have the farmers markets. We have the farmers. We have especially harvest. We have the fresh fruits and vegetables. We have the fresh meats. We have everything that's real food.
You know anybody that works at Hostess?
I used to. But we used to get super double fucking discounts at the Hostess
outlet. I was going to say, you have them, you can send out here.
Remember those? You remember the vanilla Hostess pies?
Yes. Yeah. I haven't seen one for years. Yeah. I used to buy them, of course. Like you could get the chocolate and the vanilla, right? It was a special kind of their pies, but yes.
Yeah, vanilla was the shiznizzle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat much of that kind of food anymore. I used to a lot, but like,
Right.
I like the little cherry pies, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I'm grateful. I've been to 39 states and I've lived in 5 states, and I appreciate the soda, the fountain soda. If you go below Iowa, it must be lack of corn syrup. It's
I
disgusting.
don't like
It's a
fountain soda though.
Midwest thing.
Yeah, I like it in can or bottle. Yeah, I don't.
The ability for us to
My
have
mom
fresh
would love
foods.
to visit.
We're the heartland. Okay, we feed America.
Yeah. Oh God, my mom would love it. She loves
And
fountain
people that are
soda.
like,
Which
I
is,
don't eat pork.
yeah.
Well, obviously you've never had fucking fresh, free range pork from Iowa.
Mm.
It's not dirty. It's not disgusting. It's clean. You guys, calm down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it tastes like steak. Like if you're not a carnivore, oh, cool beans. Nobody cares. Like I'm a straight up carnivore, and like
Oh,
dude, the California cheese and
I
the
care.
anorexic cows out there. What do you guys? They're grazing on bullshit ass ground. They're not grazing on fucking
Well, yeah. Shandy, I'd go look into it for you, but I'm a vegetarian out here. I'm one of them West Coast vegetarians. I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to somebody who's a carnivore out here. I'll hook you up with, and they can fucking go and look into it for you as to why they're that way.
Eat
But
your
yeah,
fucking
I'm not
go
the
ahead
guy
and
for
have
the.
fun with that. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
I
get
can't.
one of my homeboys will call you. I'll
I'm
get
a
one of my
vampire.
homeboys to call you, and you and him can hack it out as far as why they're that way out here.
Dude, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love every food, and as long as it's not spicy. But if there's no meat, it's not dinner. I can't do it. I can't do it, Captain. I can't do it. I have to eat meat. Like even if I'm just gnawing on something, like I'm such a fucking vampire and I'm an animal like that.
Oh man, I'm gonna be having all these dudes calling and being like, "Fucking dude, what? We don't know how to grow beef out here. What do you?"
And it's
What are
so
we?
bad. It's like I'm not a cannibal, but I like look at some dudes. I'm like, damn, that booty's juicy. I'm just gonna chop it off and cook it with my breakfast.
Okay, lucky that dude. But look, I mean, yeah, man, yeah, God,
But I don't.
people.
I lived in Little Saigon. Who knows what the fuck I've eaten meat on a stick.
Oh God, yeah, okay, God, I'm sorry I went there.
Don't tell me what it is. I'll eat it if it's good. I'm just gonna eat it. Don't tell me what it is. But like I've probably
I
eaten. God knows
know,
what.
I don't think you were in Vietnam. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's literally Vietnam, and it's just like 50 cents meat on a stick. Give me some.
Yeah, but I hear
Huh?
the heroin. I heard from both of them the heroin's cheap and good over there. But that was probably just during the war, and that was probably because the U.S. military was bringing it in for them. So that could have been too. But
They don't
anyway,
eat
yeah.
dogs in Vietnam. They eat hyenas.
Oh,
They don't have German shepherds and Labradors and fucking golden retrievers in Nam. They have fucking wild dogs and hyenas out there.
oh God, girl, come
You know what I
on.
mean? You got to think about that. Like, I didn't know that until I
Unfortunately,
got with
yeah,
the Vietnamese
probably.
guy. I'm like, you guys eat dogs and cats. He's like, no, we eat wild.
I know what you mean. I just never wanted to actually hear it. Thanks.
Yeah, but like, whatever. I don't care. Like, what to me? What's
I
the difference?
know, I
I've
know.
had
Well,
rabbit.
I just
I've had
tell you.
raccoon. I've had possum
Oh,
stew from Grandma. I've had it all just to try it. You know what I mean? And
oh
like,
really?
I've had all the meats
Oh no.
for sure. And
Oh,
like, I don't discriminate, but
do
like,
I dare ask what they
I
were
don't eat
like?
fear factor fucking organs and shit like Vietnamese people.
Do I
Fresh
dare
blood,
ask what they were all
corrugated
like?
blood chunks and shit. That's
Yeah.
disgusting. My baby daddy ate fear factor food. And it's like
Oh,
they didn't understand pasteurization. So my
dare ask.
Vietnamese mom would be like, "You eat cottage cheese and yogurt, that's poison, or that's bacteria." And I'm like, "Bro, you guys don't. You guys are soy. So like, you're over here eating fucking intestines and squeezing blood on it. That's fucking awesome."
Oh no, I like soy sauce on my. Is that really what that shit is made out
Well,
of?
no, they don't have dairy. Asians don't have dairy.
Right?
They have
I
soy, so
mean,
they
the
don't
soy
understand
sauce. Like,
cottage cheese is okay. Yogurt is
oh,
okay.
if
They
I'm
look
eating
at that
soy
and they're like,
sauce, though, is that the base of the soy sauce? Is that shit really? Is it intestines and stuff?
no. I'm just saying, like Asians have soy-based food.
Oh, there's soy milk and there's stuff like that.
Yeah, they
Gotcha.
don't
That's
have
what
dairy.
that
They
was.
don't have,
Okay, good. Wow.
they don't get
That's
pasteurization.
good.
So to them,
Okay.
me eating cottage cheese is curdled milk. That's disgusting. Me
Good.
eating yogurt is bacteria. How do I do that and not get sick? Because it's pasteurized. They don't understand that. But y'all motherfuckers are over here eating fucking corrugated blood chunks and goddamn livers and intestines and blood, and you guys are like, that's cool? And you're freaking out about some cottage cheese, my dude?
Well, they have the same problem kind of we do. They don't have the cultural understanding. So I usually just bag on Americans for not understanding that.
Well,
But so
my
they don't
Vietnamese
understand
family,
why
they
we
would tell me that Americans, they eat fake food, box food, canned food. When I go to the Vietnamese supermarkets,
well,
everything was fresh, everything was cheap. It was
yeah,
fantastic.
that's anywhere in Europe, though. You know, Scandinavia,
That's right.
Italy's like
Vegans,
that.
like
They're all like
the
that.
African
They're all like
culture,
that,
get
though.
sick, and they're not super
That's
fat.
mainly a North. That's mainly a Western Hemisphere, American, Canadian thing for the most part. People from American Canada say you're not like that. I could give a fuck less. I know there are people like that are out here, but you know, goddamn good and well that most of the people that you know or that you're related to or some realm do this shit. They
Yeah.
eat rocks. Yeah, yeah.
I've
It's
never
not
been
that
on a
much
diet a
society.
day in my life, and I can guarantee you that probably 80% of new age vegans sneak a cheeseburger.
I don't. I don't. Well, I
Not
don't.
you. I'm saying like the new age wanted posers, that just
Oh yeah,
stay
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
shut up. Especially if you've been
Sure.
eating your whole life and you're only like a vegan just to be like cool, and you're just gonna be on this
For
fucking
sure.
you know what I mean? For sure.
Oh, I totally know because that
I'm
kind of
like,
rule
shut up,
applies
because
to
you
a
know
lot of
damn
shit.
well you
Yeah.
guys don't do that. And the true vegans don't hate on what everybody else eats.
They
You know,
don't. No, no, I don't either. I don't either. I quit. I
and
was.
it's whatever's
I
best
quit.
for your body. I mean,
I
if your
do it
body
because I
rejects
just
you,
don't
so
like
be
it.
it.
I mean, really, yeah, right. I do it because I really don't like it. Now, because of not liking it for 20
You're not
years,
doing it to be
start to
fucking
think about
cool in your
killing the animals.
culture.
I don't like animals being killed for
You
it, but
just want
I
to be
only came to
socially
that after
accepted,
quitting.
Larry.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't judge other people because I had to cook meat for my kids forever. It's not a judging thing. It's for me mainly. I became that way, Shandy, because I don't like meat. You know what I mean? I don't like
It's
it
someone's
personally.
personal preference, but the reasons for doing it
Yeah.
is I don't hate against a true person who just wants to eat whatever feels good in their
No,
stomach.
I get you. I get you. Yep.
But those people that
Exactly.
are
You're
just
right.
like,
It's
I
kind of
don't
like
eat carbs,
chewing. It's
and I don't eat that, and I don't eat that, and and I don't eat the drink, this, it's fake food, and it's poison, and it's red 40, and it's this and that, and oh my God,
right.
they're poisoning our food. Bitch, you're never alive in the 80s. Did you never eat pizza bagels and burritos?
Apparently not, and it goes back to what you were talking about the archangels too. People, they can say it like it's a fad. There's ones that really do it, and there's ones that they like the thought of doing it, but they
Yeah.
don't.
My girl Rachel, she was on a carnivore diet and she never ate that much meat, but it took away her psoriasis. It took away her stomach problems, and it
Yeah,
took her a while to get used to it. But now she's cool with it. But it's just whatever you want to do. If you want to go on a diet, just do it. If you want to stop eating meat, do it. That's I
yeah.
don't give a fuck what you eat. Just don't come for
It's
me for
got to
what I eat.
resonate with your
Don't talk
body
shit
too.
and say
It's got
that's
to be
bad for you. That's bad for you. Like you never had a piece of cake. Shut the fuck up. My
yeah.
dad's
Oh,
always talking shit about Uncle Donnie again. He's always eating that shit food from Quick Start. He's always eating Little Debbie's. Dad, just eat a fucking Little Debbie and shut up.
yeah. But didn't Uncle Donnie? Yeah, Uncle Donnie. We were talking
Uncle
about
Donnie's
Uncle
living his
Donnie.
best life. You know what I mean? My dad hates on that. I'm like, Dad, you eat the same thing every day. Do you just want a Little Debbie and you just don't want to admit it because it's bad food? You
Is
fucking.
this the Uncle Donnie you were telling me? Is this the Uncle Donnie that had the car in Texas?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
my
okay.
Donnie, he be going ham. He be eating all kinds of shit food. He don't give a fuck. And my dad's all like, oh, he just eats that. I'm like, why are you talking shit, Dad? Do you just want to take one of his Little Debbie's and just eat it and like just fucking eat it, Dad? It's not that big a deal.
What is he on one of these kicks where he's not eating sweets? Your dad
No,
not do
my
sweets?
dad is just this weirdo who's just like, yeah, I gotta cook dad. My dad makes sausage and eggs from the same pan that he never washed every single day. He
Oh, of
makes
course.
bologna sandwiches for lunch, but he's a good like dinner cook, and he cooks fresh shit. But Donnie ain't got time for that. He's microwave fast food, and if he wants
Yeah.
to,
Well,
his
no
money,
shit.
you're just freaking out, Dad, because if Donnie dies, you won't have nowhere to live.
I wonder if the fact that we're all like that, we care. The fact that any of us would care like that, though, it shows like we don't really have a lot of. I don't know. I mean, why
You
would
don't
we
have
give a
nothing
shit?
going on for you. Your life must suck.
Yeah.
My dad
Yeah.
vibrates from his lower frequencies. He's definitely stuck in the 3D realm. He's a Scorpio. And like
Mhm.
every old people beef's crazy because on that block, you're talking shit about him and him and him. And y'all, if you stood next to each other, you're all the same.
Oh, I've heard it,
You're
dude. I
all getting
know. Oh,
disability. You're
boy.
all drinking fucking tall cans of Hurricane. You're all fucking talking shit about your diabetes. You're all fucking, your wives are fat and stupid. And you're talking shit about him and him and him and him and him. But you guys are all like,
Well, I know, and it's funny if they all got together, the one that wasn't there would get shit talked about him.
for sure. Always. Always. And y'all are the same. Y'all drink the same alcohol. What, dude, Dad? No, you talking shit about what he's watching on TV. You don't want to watch that. Well, ain't nobody trying to watch Andy Griffith all day. Okay.
Oh, yeah, my dad, Gunsmoke, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Same
And
thing.
like, oh well, guess what? Uncle Donnie's fucking going to the store for Tim down there and hiding the beer in the What was he
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah.
Hiding the beer in the fucking grill
Yeah,
so that his
because
wife
you
wouldn't find out.
spying on
I
him,
said, "Are
dude.
you
Come
mad
on.
because you don't have a car and you can't make $10 off of
Yeah,
drunk?"
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Don't
plus
hate.
he's doing it because he knows fools
Then go
like you
tell
are
his
going to be
wife,
watching.
Dad. Go tell his wife. No, you won't though, will you? No, you won't. You'll just talk shit because your butt hurt because you can't be fucking a genius like that.
Well, if he quit doing it again, it'd be one last thing he could talk about.
Oh yeah, that dude and his wife are dead. But like, dude, my dad be hating on Uncle Donnie because Uncle Donnie be making bank because Tim will be like, "I'll give you $10 if you go get me a 40 and hide it." Hell yeah, Donnie's gonna. He just runs up there to go get it for him. Hell yeah, he's gonna make $7.
Yeah.
Well, go tell Shelda then. Go tell her. Go, come on, Dad. If you're such a badass.
Yeah.
If you're,
Ruin that little hustle you got going on.
it don't stop Uncle Donnie from fucking hustling.
Yeah.
Uncle Donnie's wife, before she passed, she sold me a trazodone, and I broke it down and took her to buy crack and sold her the trazodone.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And one trazodone wouldn't do fucking 20 of them wouldn't do shit to you. So, I mean,
what the fuck? I said, dude, you take your chances when you buy crack, man.
dude, I know the ironic thing is, Shandy, that one pill wouldn't get your fucking grandson to go to sleep on.
Dude,
I mean, fucking
broke it all down and like
yeah, the whole thing together wouldn't it?
House, and I'm like, here you go.
The shit's fucking weak. But like I said, that one trazodone altogether whole wouldn't have got one of your grandkids to get sleepy on.
I've been on every pill known to man, and trazodones just make me puke.
Dude, they're not to me. They're like ARB. They're weak. They suck.
Tear up your stomach. They tear up your stomach.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they're disgusting. Like, I don't do pills, dude. I barely take like ibuprofen now. Like, I used to. If I had a list of all the meds I've been on, oh my god, it's terrible.
Yeah, but you say you've never been in heroin, but if you've ever been doing Oxy or Vicodin, same thing.
Ain't got shit on fucking Big Farm.
Yeah, opiates are all heroin.
The tiniest little itty bitty fucking pill will kill you quicker than any fucking.
Oh, totally. With the wrong one. But you had to chop up the weakest kind of pill you could find for her.
Dude, I'm allergic to morphine, so like.
Yeah, I know. I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, the little tiny pills will kill you quicker than any crack or dope or anything on the street.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, what I'm saying is funny. You did that
prescribed. It's okay.
It is, but that trazodone was, you couldn't have picked a stronger pill to cut up for her. I mean,
well, she gave it to me. Like,
yeah, that's true too. That's true.
The little triangle one, the triangles.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
so I just took it. I was like, dude, let's make $50. Me and my homie. I'm like, all right, Cindy, I'll take you down to the crack dealer's house. Let's go. And I broke it down and put it in a bag. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going in, and I acted like I went in this random house. I don't know. And I came out and I'm like, here you go. And then she went to smoke it, and I went and got weed and 40s and Mickeys.
Oh,
and that night, and we're drinking and smoking on her porch. She's like, this ain't even real. She didn't know it was the trazodone, but I'm like, dude, that's the chance you take when you buy drugs, bro.
Yeah, you don't do that to me like, here, you did that. Here, you killed.
Don't punish the messenger. I don't know what. I didn't look at it and test it.
Yeah,
that's what you get. You gamble. You gamble when you buy hard drugs. Sorry about your luck.
Yeah, she was really asking for it because a situation like that, man. And plus, she's no threat to do anything to you. So I mean, what can you do?
I need that crack. I needed that weed and them 40s, and like I needed to
get
the next day. I made $55. Fuck her.
I agree, man. In that case, man, yeah, I mean, you needed that weed and that fucking hookup. Maybe you went and got a pizza even.
Like, she didn't deserve it. Like, she didn't need it, dude. Fuck you. I had a bright idea, and I bought 3 pairs of socks for my kids, and then like some Payless was open. Yeah, I got a 20 sack and a couple 40s of Mickeys that night, and we were sitting on her laugh. And then all drunk off these purple steel reserves, them purple ones.
Cool.
Them blackberry ones.
Nope.
Taking her smoking her Pall Malls, and Cindy, and she's just, that's some bullshit. I said, Cindy, you don't need that crack. Go to fucking bed. She falls and fucking got blood all over, dude. Go to bed, dude. Fucking duh. Yeah, she died of alcoholism. Oh, my dad.
Not of a trazodone overdose, I take it. Not of a trazodone overdose, though.
No, she mixed the pills with the alcohol and the fucking everything. She went hard. And she would drink that fucking Hawkeye vodka straight.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, and she's Cindy, and she's on my, them ladies. Man, I seen her head hit the curb once. It said, bam.
I had this lady. I think we should talk about this in private, Shandy. This woman over in fucking Romania tried telling me that. Well, she lived in the Netherlands. That our drug problem was exaggerated in the U.S. She thought, and that we didn't have hard liquor like the wine that they have over there. The wine her husband drinks.
Hey, I know people in
But
Europe.
lady, we've got
Their
alcohol over here
benzos
that
and their
makes you go
medication is
blind.
better than us. They have chill, like anxiety meds.
I know, but not stronger. Not stronger. I said, bitch, we can get white lightning over here if you
That's
know the
because
right
Big
those
Pharma is
old
trying
boys.
to kill us. Big
Yeah.
Pharma will kill you and control you. They're not for
Yeah,
you.
I told her that everybody, even if you're stone cold sober over here, you're high on stress. I mean, I said, lady, everybody's getting that isn't over exaggerated.
If you're in Europe and you've never lived in the United States, no matter what state you're in, and you don't understand Big Pharma, okay? I have many friends from Europe that don't get it.
Yeah,
And
I
I
know.
try to
That's why.
explain that to them. I'm like, it's a corporation, okay? It is a
Yeah,
fucked up, it's just as bad as the Vatican, okay? And that's how they keep people asleep. And that's how they keep people fucking down. And that's how they keep us dependent on them.
yeah,
Everybody
big
needs
time.
these pills to survive, blah, blah, blah. And God forbid these VA people, smoke weed. They can't smoke weed. If they get caught smoking weed, they're going to lose their benefits, but they can get
They're
prescribed
gonna lose
300
the
milligram
pills.
Seroquel
Oh,
and
all
fall
that
asleep.
shit. Oh, I know. I've seen it. I've seen it in people. And I think a lot of starseeds are complicit to thinking, not really spending some of their energy on it, thinking that it's just going to fix itself without them being activists in some little way, even on their own. But that's the thing, but overseas, they don't realize that a lot of times too. And they think this is the same lady I told you about that thought that she saw people doing graffiti on the news over here and caught it. She thought it was an after school program that we gave kids spray paint to do this in the big cities with. She said she wanted to get one started for her kids as friends. I'm like, that's not the kind of art program. She wanted to get an art program started. I'm like, this is not the kind of art program that you want to start here. Are you there? Oh, you faded out. Yeah, that was really funny. I'm like, no, this is not. I first of all, I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, these teenage kids are spray painting stuff. It looks like in your big cities on walls and stuff, and they're taking their own initiative to do it. The police are there with them. It looks like a police-sponsored after-school event. I'm like, no. I thought about it and I thought about it, and I was thinking, huh? And I asked her a few more questions, and I'm like, no, that's not the kind of art program you want to get your kids involved in. And then she wasn't listening. She's like, well, where do you get that kind of, who gives them
My
the money?
phone died again and it's on the fucking charger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was telling people about our wonderful after school program in big cities. This lady thought we had where the police are involved with giving kids spray paint to spray paint shit on stuff. I said, lady, that's not the kind of art program.
Yeah,
No,
to keep a
these
kid
aren't.
off drugs.
Yeah, these aren't the kind of people that are. These kids are what we call taggers. They're fucking not being told to spray paint shit. I told them, why don't you call Philadelphia or New York or LAPD and ask them about their after school program with spray paint?
Dude, I wish
But they
that
don't
that
know.
was like that's so I think a lot of tagging looks like light language.
Well, it is, of course, but I mean, this isn't
Well,
something
like
sponsored
when you
by.
look up the ABCs and you look up different ones, you're like, that looks
Yeah,
like
yeah, well,
and
sure.
that's how I used to write and shit.
It's
Like that.
game tagging. Yeah, it's game tagging. I know because I was around. It's
And
game
it's so
tagging.
crazy how it's like correlates, like the actual alphabets of some certain light
It is
languages
cool.
are literally.
No. Oh, totally, it's cool. I've known some great artists that can
Oh,
do
I can
shit.
do it. Like
Believe
I
it,
can do
spray
it. Oh
paint.
fuck yeah, I can't do it with spray paint. But I
Yeah.
do it, like I write my S's backwards, like my tag.
Yeah, but it's not a typical police sponsored thing though in the big cities here. I mean, to go do that, the kids. She thought they gave them spray paint to go just do that, around town with. I'm like, no, that's not being sponsored by the
And then
police. It's
like the Dare class, and it was like everybody's gonna give you drugs.
yeah,
Oh, the only person that gave me drugs was in Oregon on Halloween because I said he smelled like weed. He's like, "Here's a joint for you."
no, but yes,
Hell
I've been
yeah!
through this a million times. It doesn't happen. Those old commercials like that where they show some
Ain't
guy
nobody
that gave
gonna, dude. Ain't
a
nobody
free
gonna
bag of
put their
dope.
edibles in your Halloween candy.
Yeah,
Okay,
the only
they're
only people that
precious.
I knew that friends of mine would do that. Nobody gave you. Nobody goes, oh, here, kid, try
Nobody put
this
a
one time.
needle in
And
your
you
fucking Tootsie Roll.
you should
Nobody's
be
giving
so
up their
lucky.
drugs. Drugs cost money, folks.
You should be lucky. Yeah, especially then. In those days, give me a break. Yeah, oh yeah, here. Try the first few times and get you hooked, and then I'll
Where are
start.
all these people that are offering me free drugs? That's such a lie.
I never ran across it except for people I was
Only in
close to.
Oregon because I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah,
you smell good," and he's like,
yeah, me. I
"Good
grew
for
up in
you," because it
Oregon.
was Halloween. And homeless people, I smoked weed with homeless people. My daughter's like, "Why you do that?" I
Yeah,
said,
there's nobody though going to give you a good bag
"No,
of fucking.
nobody's
Or
gonna
give
fucking
you a
lace
bag.
your kids' Halloween candy with edibles."
They might try to poison, but nothing with that. No, fuck no,
No,
dude.
no.
Why would they do that? One, it costs
And
money.
nobody's gonna
Two,
just like come
why
up to
would they
you
give it up?
and you
Who
know
would
what
give
else
up
is
for that?
overrated? Stop, drop, and roll. Have you ever had to stop, drop, and roll?
Millions times. I'm older than you, of course. You know many times more than you.
But
I'm
like
sure.
you don't really have too many people in life, like as you were prepared to, like in school.
No.
They taught us that shit, like fire safety and shit, so much. And it's like, you got to stop, drop, and roll, stop, drop, and
Well,
roll.
and I grew up in the
Like,
Cold War too. Get under the desk air raids. So I was kind of the.
well,
They
we had
stopped.
tornado drills, tornado drills where we would go hide under the pool, which made no sense to me.
Yeah.
Why would you hide under a big ass school
Why
swimming
would you
pool?
hide under a desk with a nuclear bomb hitting you? Why would you?
Well,
Yeah. Why
dude,
would you?
we're from Iowa. We're on the porch when the tornadoes come.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's that ridiculous. Even to the point though where they don't get under the desk in case a nuclear bomb hits.
Yeah, just in case, But like where I live, I'm in the Cedar Valley, so when there's like storms or tornadoes, it's never went through town. It's went around the outside of the, like we're
Right.
in a bowl. So I mean, it's never been through town. So I'm definitely safe. But it's just like, okay.
I bet the first warning you get, like out here, we always get these tsunami warnings that never happen and never have happened. And I mean, when it finally does, it'll be the end
It trips
anyway.
me out about the Pacific Northwest.
People get scared
There's
though.
no
People
thunder and lightning.
will go evacuate. People will evacuate hearing that it's 10 hours away. Here, still, and it never has happened, but they get them all the time.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, terrible! I know. So it's not just there. People are fucking like that here, but it's people that want this rapture. You talked about your neighbors earlier with their rapture thing. They want
You're vibrating
people
from
that do that.
fear-based
People
shit.
that do that. People that get paranoid like that want it to
They think
happen.
the aliens
Now,
are coming to get them and probe them
yeah,
and then
yeah.
take
Now it's
over.
another
And
thing
AI
to
is
be
going to read your
prepared, but
mind
it's
and going to
another thing
steal
to
your
be.
thoughts. And
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Right. Now you can be prepared, of course. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you sit
But
there and want
I
it to happen,
promise, we're not coming to fucking hurt anybody.
no. Right. No, I mean like these impending
But
doings that we
like
get out here.
seriously,
These
they're like, oh,
things.
gotta prepare our bunkers because there's World War III and blah 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 blah
Of
blah and all
course.
this crazy shit. And it's just like,
Oh, of course.
if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, really. If it does, it does. And you can have a little bit of food stashed away, but big deal. And the thing is, right? Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And
And if you
these
have to go
people that
back to your
want
natural resources, what better place to do it than the Uncle Mountains, dude?
those people that are doing this shit are the ones that are actually going to make it happen if it ever by goddamn chance did, because
They're the ones stuck in the 3D world, and when we do show
they're
everybody, we're gonna have our own little support alien, our little homie showing us the way, and they're just gonna have little robots fucking up their life like little Roombas.
Right.
The
Yeah.
only ones that are scared of aliens are the ones that know that they're doing naughty, bad things.
Are there? Yeah. Do you still run into that ever much? People that are all tripped out by them, kind of these weird aliens coming.
No, not really, because like even in Iowa, like when they talk about it, there's not many like sightings in Iowa, but
No, it
the
isn't
ones
in
that I
Oregon.
talk to like here in town, like now that it's like a thing on social media and there's all these reels and whatever. Like I went to my homie Ryan's, he's like, "Hey, have you heard about these galactic wars?" And I'm like,
No.
"Have I heard about the galactic wars?" Yeah, and the ice wall. And I'm like, "Oh my god, do you want to know what lives down in the ice wall? You just reading this propaganda and you're just believing this dumb shit." Like, dude, you leave the Taigetsans alone. They're the ones that control the crystal grids of the fucking world. Like,
You mean
stop
somebody
it.
actually asked you that?
And
Really?
nobody can get in there because they are controlling the crystal grids. If you don't know what that is, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was probably a waste of your time to even tell him that, but it had to be
Yeah,
said.
and he didn't know. He was like, "Well, the firmament and all this jazz and blah blah." Dude, my
Really
next door
wonderful.
neighbor, he's talking about the firmament, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, it's real, but it's a like a dimension. It's ethereal, like where no, it's an actual metal." Blah blah blah. I said, "So what's it covering?" What did she say?
Somebody like that's about ready to
The
get a
ocean's on
gas
top of
slapped
us.
by me.
The ocean on top of us. It's a
Uh-huh.
metal dome, bruh. Okay,
Uh-huh.
sure thing, Jelly Bean.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I did.
You better be prepared when Jesus comes. Because when Jesus, I said, and then what? And then what's he come? I said, Jesus is going to take me. You know what I told him? Jesus is going to take me back behind that motherfucking. Jesus is going to take me in the backyard and bend me over the goddamn fucking fence and have his way with me because it's been a long time since I've been with Jabus. And he's like, that's evil. And he walked away. I was like, well, yes, stupid again.
I think that was beautiful. That was the best thing for his fucking growth path that you could have told somebody like that, though. There's nothing better for that'll get him right away if you just had that time there to tell him. That's the best thing you could
But
have
he started
told.
talking about the reptilians. So he like there's
Of course.
there's little snippets of lucidity and some truth in his brain, but it's 90% fucking retarded. But I was like, yeah, yep. Yes. I said, you mean Yeshua? I said, yeah, he loves his redheaded whores. And I said, yeah, I'm evil though. Sorry, I'm a Capricorn. I'm left-handed, and my dad's idol is Gene Simmons, so I'm the devil's daughter. So red spotted devil. You better Move around, kid. Move around. Oh yeah, and I channel entities. Watch out.
Oh fuck, dude. He better fucking beware, man.
Yeah, he walked away. He was done.
Yeah, dude.
I said, let me know when you build that bunker. And I went.
Yeah, you can't do anything about him, man.
He don't look at me ever. He don't look at me anymore.
Nah, it's a lost cause.
He's got all these stickers on his truck and all these fucking dumb shit. It's like, oh my god.
But yeah, let's mark my vehicle out by seeing what political thing I like, what I like, what I
they're retarded. And he gave me this paper to like read about his theories because he's a preacher, okay? And like they just blame everything on the Romans. It's like the Roman pagan Catholic Vatican Church. I'm like, what? That don't even make sense. Like you guys, you didn't even know your history to be. Dude, these Jehovah's Witnesses are delusional. There's worse. And I'm thinking to myself, like I was saying earlier, I look down at religion. That's why I'm so fascinated with it. Like you guys stop it. Why are there so many denominations of the same religion?
Separation.
I don't get that. There's not 90 different Muslims. There's just one type of Muslim. There's one type of Muslim.
Really, there are. Well, yeah.
What are you guys arguing about? Like Catholics and Lutherans and Methodists and Baptists and for what? Why? I don't get that. I don't understand that division.
I found myself asking the same question. I go asking the wrong guy.
It's so fake and so made up that it's so vast that it's so fucking
control mechanisms, control division by control, that kind of, something like that, I'm sure.
And I told him, I was like, how come, I said, I got a question for you, wonderful Christians. I said, how come like these priests, they like do bad things and they use their religion as, oh, it's the sin of the flesh. I couldn't be helped. It was the flesh. God will forgive me. And, like they use that as an excuse to do bad things. And then they use like, God will forgive me to be a bond.
Yeah, like it was such a sin in the first place that they had any kind of feeling like that. They were so hateful towards themselves because they actually had a feeling like that they had to lie about it, cover it up, go around somebody's
But then they
back.
use like their religion, like it was the sins of the flesh that made me do it. No, you're fucking.
Of course.
You're using that as
of course. If you knew that people were going to get buy into it, it's a good. Hey, it sounds.
Oh, I get it. I totally understand. It's like the most fucking scandalous, spiritual fucking mafia in the world, and I get it. And I totally understand. But I've never been one to fall for it. But I'm like,
no, me neither. No.
Like, don't get me wrong. No disrespect against good Christian folk that just do right and just live and don't preach it down the throat and just be good Christian folk. Go to church, but don't sit there and talk about church all week. You know. I love them. They love Jesus. They they don't sit there and talk to you about it. Don't get me wrong. I love them, motherfuckers. Love them, good Christian black folks, white folks, love them all. But like the fact that the ones that sit there and try to fucking, they don't even know the true history because they're blind, and it's just like, stop it. Any other religion will tell you the Muslim history, the Buddhist history. They're on point. They'll tell you about their religion. Christians can't tell you about their fucking history because it's a bunch of dumb. There's so many different.
Yeah, it was
actually every other one.
You know, after what happened to the Native Americans and what happened to African Americans, organized religion like that was really the third worst thing to ever hit our shores over here. Like that white imperialism, that white imperialism
for a god, for something bigger.
Yeah, that white imperialism.
Oh my god, for sure. Just like bad readers, they play on people's fucking weaknesses and problems, and they're stressed, and they just fucking play them, and then just tell them, you know, I'm like how do you do that with somebody that's desperate?
Yeah, really, after the two genocides, which was to the African Americans and to Indians, the worst thing was that kind of organized imperialistic white Christianity that made its way here through the Pilgrims and shit like that, who poisoned all the Indians' blankets and those kind of cool people. But that was probably the worst thing I would have to say that ever hit our shores.
The Indians taught us how to make maize.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I don't fuck with Indians. Indians are the closest things to the powers that be that are ever walked the earth, in my opinion. Them Indians are fucking, and they're to me, Native Americans are powerful motherfuckers, whether they think they are or not. They are.
Yep.
And they are. They're connected like a mofo.
Yeah, and most people you find that like that around the world, unless you go to Scandinavia, which there are some white ones there, but they're mostly darker skinned people if you go around the world. Unfortunately, that's not to subjugate people, but most of the time it's this white European kind of mentality of that's come over here and been America's made even more improved. You can call it that. This imperialistic type of religion, do what I do, say, not as I do
It's like the Native Americans don't really have a religion. Their religion is the fucking nature,
Spirit
the
guide.
elements, the sun and the moon and the sky, fucking earth.
Yeah, the ones from the sky they have are the real ones from the sky. They're not fucking these fantastic ones made up the sky
Right.
plane.
Like the OG natives, like the ones, you know, the fucking Choctaw and Chippewa. What's he say? Fucking Tim McGraw.
No, I
Cherokee and what's he say? His fine ass. What's he say? You know what I'm talking about. But like, I don't have a Native American in me, but I've been Native American in different. Well,
right.
in my charts, you know, in my on paper, you know, in my files, I've been Mayan, I've been like the effigy mounds, like around here. I've been a native over in North Dakota area, and different types of Native Americans.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, those memories are real. It's intense, dude. That's why like I can't get tattoos because I remember being tattooed as a native slave. Like I can't watch Apocalypto because it just invokes so much fucking sadness and memory.
Yeah, negative vibing movie.
Oh
Anyway.
man, it's savage shit. That's how I know I can rip open fucking antelopes and fucking. I'm not scared of fucking just fucking. If I get a knife in my hand, I'm like ready to fucking kill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's just natural. Watch out, motherfucker. That's why I was always scared of guns my whole life, because when I finally shot a gun and I was such on point, everybody was like, "You really have not shot a gun?" I said, "No, that's why I don't fuck with them."
Yeah, they're not.
I don't have a fucking. I don't have my
yet.
filet or like a super fucking like army like big ass knife because I'm fucking cutting up vampires.
And stab too. That's why, because you know that you have. See, and I have in this life and in former life. You know it's what it's exactly like because you remember it from other times.
Yeah,
It's
whether
not,
it was for survival or I was cutting up fucking trees or whatever I was doing to survive, or I was trying to. I wasn't like killing people like in war. I was like literally like fucking in the jungles and shit. You know, like some Andrew Zimmern fucking shit.
Right.
I'm not scared of anything like in that sense. I don't give a fuck, dude. I will fucking rip you apart with my bare hands. Like my dad, I think when I was a kid, it was like my dad just taught me how to fish and gut a fish and hook a worm, and I was good to go. It was crazy. I was like, I always think I have this power too. If I come across like wild animals in the mountains, that they're gonna love me. That because I can talk to animals. And I'll be like, oh hey, what's up, dude? Don't worry, I'm not here to hurt you. You can be my friend. You want to walk alongside me and be my like mascot? Like I think I have this magic power to like make a wild animal just chill. Just because I could do it with the guard dogs in California, I'm like, oh, use a puppy dog.
Aww.
I mean, I can talk to the animals. You know, I wanted a white tiger, but you know, I don't have a jungle. But like, I'm not going to put my hand over the fence.
Yeah, I like them too. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they were really.
But then I realized, you know, I grew up. Like, yeah, they will bite your face off. But I thought, like, if I raised it as a baby, it will not do that to me. But yeah, it will.
Yeah, I think so. It has to be bred out of them for several generations or a few anyway. I mean,
got to have like a Maine Coon or
I would advise
taking
things. And if it's happened to somebody out there, God love you. If you've been able to do that, God love you. But yeah, I would advise it to be bred out of them for a few generations.
That monkey will rip off your face. That tiger will. Don't do it on purpose, and it don't understand.
Yeah, no, they're too strong. It's just like with a cat when he claws it.
They're wild. They have that fucking. Just like a wild ass, badass kid is gonna fucking a little motherfucker is gonna be a motherfucker no matter how much they try to like be a good boy. They won't. They can't. They will do something bad.
Right. And it's okay because most of them that I've seen, they're like that, turn out to be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do, honestly. So, but at the time, it's a son of a bitch dealing with them. I can understand. I had my kids have friends who were like that. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, like me, I would always go to the playground and I'd always be like, I'm gonna go fucking dick around and fucking be on some bullshit and fucking have whatever. And I'll be a good girl. I'll be a good girl. No, fuck that. Fuck him. And I'm gonna go.
Oh God.
I'm calling these people up. I'm gonna go hang out with Loki and motherfucking Set and all them motherfuckers. Let's go.
Wonderful.
I play on the playground. I'm not Chandelier no more.
No, I know you get the multi-dimensions, the multi-dimensionals of Shandy Cleer.
There was Chandalicious, Shandalis, Shanabis, Shanhydrus, Shandizzle, Shandy Cleer, and that's it. Yeah. Clear is from back in the day with my guy Albert. I'll be clear, Shandy Cleer. It was when I decided to like stop lying to myself.
I've never heard the last name till I met you. Like, Clear. I've never seen it either way, but yours is with the 2 E's, not an EA.
Yeah, because I'm clear, like clear as day. Like I'm done lying to myself. I'm done fucking trying to scheme and scam to survive. I'm going to be completely honest with myself and others. That's when I started reading and shit, like reading cards and shit. That's when I became Shandy Cleer. After the Shanhydrus, you know, that was kind of two of them, you know, Shanhydrus. And then in Oregon, I was Shanabis.
Cannabis.
Delicious. Shandalis was the fun days, you know, the club days. And then Shandy Cleer is just Miss Clear. That's who I am. I'm Clear. Clear. A lot of people, kids call me Clear. Clear. Shandy. My daughter would be like, Shandy Lynn Hickman Clear. I'd be like, damn it, Clear, get it together.
Okay. So that is your family name. That's not something
No,
you
it's
have.
what I made up. Silly butt.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I decided to be crystal clear with myself. When
Ah.
I left the nonsense and the drama, that's when I decided to start doing readings for people. When I had to be clear with myself and honest with myself. Clear. Look, my name's Shandy. My favorite color is neon clear.
Okay, I thought
It's like,
so.
what's your
But
favorite color? I'd be like neon clear with 2 E's.
But
But then that's
pretty
when I
good.
decided to, like, dude, I mean, you know, you tell your fibs just to survive, but like that's when I decided I'm gonna be clear with myself and I'm gonna fucking be honest with myself and others and just fucking say what I want and fucking be
Yeah. What else can you do? Yeah.
like a crystal ball, you know. Clear.
Yeah. Unless there was $1 million in it for you, then I might
Well,
advise a couple.
my Mexican teacher called me witch bitch. And then my Spanish name is Loca Peligrosa Pecosita Bruja, which is redheaded, freckled witch. Crazy red. Or Pecosita, Pecosa.
Sounds like you. Sounds like you.
Yeah, Brujita. That got me so many tequila sunrises. I just tell these Mexicans that I was a bruja, and they'd be like, "Oh, here you go, here you go."
Oh, I bet they love that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because they're scared of fucking brujas, especially white girls.
They would be scared of you. The orbs. You know, if Shandy comes to your house in an orb, the orbs page still listening. Yeah.
Oh, can't go. I hung out with all the homies. I had a friend who was like my little whore. I'd send in the bedrooms and I'd do all the drug deals. I'd be like, all right, let's go. Take the car keys. Dude. I used my masculinity and my femininity my whole teenage years to get by.
Yeah, you do. You know how to. Yeah. Coming from our generation, you had to do that.
I was just like this. And back then, you didn't need IDs in the early 90s.
Not. Well, yeah, but not. Yeah, it wasn't quite.
Yeah,
You
had
could
to
get them
prove your
straight.
age back then.
Yeah,
What,
you could
school
fucking
ID?
get. You can fake them easy.
Yeah, I got away with it like nothing. And it was
Yeah.
how I live. It was great. Fuck them little boys. I'm fucking take your credit card. I'm gonna promise you the world and fucking steal your car and then drop it off and never talk to you again. I would take Vietnamese dudes' credit cards and go buy stuff for my boyfriend.
Like, well, did they come from families that could afford it?
Well, they were all the Mexicans from Texas and all the Vietnamese from California that would just come here to work at Tyson.
Oh yeah. Okay,
so they were all here. There was like a wave of them, and so like my best friend was Vietnamese. She was a foreign exchange student, so we would go hang out with these Asians, and the Asians were so cool because they respected you.
Yeah.
And they wanted to hang out. They just gave you their car keys. Their fucking, you want Pizza Hut, McDonald's, you want this, you want Lucky Jeans, you want, drive my fucking Toyota Supra and this and that, and never try to disrespect you or nothing. Like Mexicans, you had to put in, you had to put in their place. They were for fun. They were disrespectful fucks, but like I knew how to handle them. But the Asians, I loved hanging out with them because they were so respectful and they were so like I thought they were gay with their pinky nails. I realize nowadays why their pinky nails was long, but they never showed us that shit. They never drank with us. They never, did anything with us. They just like gave us whatever and just wanted to hang out with us. Because in Cali, if you're white with the Vietnamese, you're a prostitute. No white people want to hang out with Asians out there in Orange County. In
the OC, even in the OC.
That's where Little Saigon is in Orange County in Garden Grove.
In the OC, wow. But
yeah,
so
Garden
you're
Grove,
like
Westminster. Yeah, no.
There's a stigma against them still down in the OC. OC is kind of an uppity area. Besides that, I mean,
when I would hang out with them, everybody thought I was this prostitute. But then Grandma went to Dom and got me a jade bracelet, and I had babies, and they're like, "Oh, everybody loved me. You loved the Vietnamese man. You had a baby with them. Now you accept me. Don't care." I was parading my kids around like they were fucking little trophies. I was the only white girl in that whole damn fucking town. I didn't give a shit. I went to the fastest place to slow the fuck down because I was 16 and like had to be the obedient wife with my Asian man, and I couldn't hang out with Fast and Furious dudes and Vatos and lowriders. Yeah. It's torture. So then I take my kids to the park and just watch fine ass teenagers play basketball. But it was great. It was fun. And I learned everything I need to know. I had 3 little Asian kids there, and then I came back home. There's that. That's part of my immigration, my Starseed mission, to have kids that, aren't like straight redheads, to mix the races.
Oh, I totally agree, and I think it's a great thing. The quicker we can get the white race more inbred, and not as the
Well, my
majority
youngest son
of
is a
America
blonde-haired,
works,
blue-eyed
better.
fucking Nazi, but whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
The quicker we can do that in America, the better off it'll be. But anyway, so bringing that forward to now, what are you working on currently these days in all your missions? What's going on right now?
personally, I am, um, honestly, like it's like I was gonna come there, and I was gonna start some shit and like do magic shit in the mountains, But
Mhm.
I'm learning to draw light language without looking at like symbols and shit ahead of time to
Mhm.
whatever. I'm also learning to um, channel more and to also squirrel myself to like if I'm feeling negative, like to remember to just turn on some music or
Okay.
stop that and just fucking vibe high. Just because if you vibe high and like the messages today that I channeled were if you vibe high and you shine so bright it burns their fucking eyes that they turn
Mhm.
around and walk away because the negativity feeds on your negative fucking energies. And if you get mad at somebody and you're just like stewing on it or just going over shit that don't matter, and it's
Right.
negativity that you don't even realize that you're putting out into the ethers, that those
Mhm.
negative energies that are around will fucking feed on that shit. That's how they stay alive. So it's like that's what it means to like not care. Like somebody pisses you off, fuck it. I'm gonna fucking turn on this music and I'm gonna fucking do something else. I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna squirrel myself so that I don't stew on whatever's happening and then time passes
Mhm.
and whatever. That's been real hard for me because I like go over shit because I'm a psychologist and if I don't understand why, I can't
Mhm.
fucking get past it. But now I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about the why because people do whatever the fuck they do. I'm okay being confused because it's not me. And so it's like, you're a fucking dick. That's just it. But instead of why
Yeah.
are you a fucking dick? It's just you're a fucking dick. Cool beans.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over here and fucking walk to the store and see what I can see and put my feet in some grass and fucking vibe out to fucking some stick figure. You
I
know,
get you.
and then that allows me to channel more. And then I look up at the sky, and of course I live my life through signs and symbols. So then here comes a bird, and I'm like, that means something, and then I like, whatever. And I don't know, it's just like I'm so free now, and I'm able to
Yeah.
channel more, and I'm able to,
Right.
and I haven't been doing many readings for people lately. I haven't been big on that. Nobody's
Mhm.
hit me up for readings, which is fine. That's fine. But I'm dying to do a mediumship, to be honest. Um,
Yeah.
and like I just did a little card reading for my daughter's best friend because it was like her birthday. So of course I gave her a little free mini reading. And like I was I did a fallen angel oracle reading for my daughter and her boyfriend. And even the fallen angels were the most positive that they could be. So hopefully that
Mhm.
but I'm dying to do a mediumship. I need to do a mediumship. I haven't done one in like 2 years.
Yeah. You're not rushing it, are you? Are you waiting for the perfect one to do
Well,
right? So
people
when it feels.
usually hit me up. Like I mean, I advertise it.
Yeah.
Like I can post all of my feedbacks from mediumships, but like if it's not like I don't know, it's just like
That's what gets me is you post it on the Orbs page, right? I have people from time to time asking for something like that or saying they'd like you're making the comment, but I wonder how many people are like afraid to do it, like see that, and then they're afraid that if
some people are.
if they're just talking
They
shit
want
when
to
they ask for
yeah,
it.
when it comes down to it, they don't pay or they
Yeah.
just flake out and don't you fucking give me pictures and dates and names and then not pay
Uh-huh.
me. Because I'm doing all this
They afraid.
research.
Oh, have you been having
I'm
people? Have
contacting
you?
Michael, and it's like a jail visit. I compare it to. I'm contacting this heavenly realm, and we're getting shit situated. We're getting shit worked out for the visit. And then next thing you know, because I don't have anybody pay me for a mediumship more than 48 hours in advance, because the spirit can come down here, and
Oh,
if
you
they're down here
can't.
too
You
long,
never do it in
they'll get
advance.
caught
Yeah,
in their
never.
negative energies, and they'll stay. So like within 48 hours, you pay me for the mediumship, and then they come and they can visit whatever. But if they stay here too long, like I said, because they never got a chance to mourn, they might get stuck. So I have
Yeah.
that rule. So you got everything, and then next thing you know, you don't want to pay like that at that moment. Like
Yeah,
you
I would never unless
gotta
it's
pay
just
the
a
piper.
they're not gonna pay it. They're not gonna if you're gonna do it for free, it's one thing. But yeah, I would
I
never
don't
let
do
anybody wait
it
because
unless
or
they
pay
come to me and I'm
afterward.
like, hey, your grandma said this.
I'm not a fool. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
a
those
fool, and
groups
I
that are like,
understand where they're
"Oh, can
coming
you
from
have a
too. But
you have a message from my friend," and they post a picture, or like they have these bitches that are like like live mediumships with people. If
uh,
you're not Teresa Caputo, get the fuck out of here. Like, don't do that. That's fake as shit. Because I tune into those lives sometimes, and I'm like, they're talking about me. They're talking about me. Any reading that
mhm.
anybody does live It's so funny. It's like, it's for me. I guarantee it is. I take it. Like I take the energy. And it's like, that's just so stupid because it's like, I sense a dad figure with the letter D may have died of like, you're reaching, my dude.
Totally. Big time. Totally. Big time.
Like,
That's the biggest mistake you made.
John Smith was here.
Reaching.
One that, lived on First Street and drove that blue car, because she's all about the deeds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
To get the information first. Like, so if you have somebody that's passed, that sometimes it's too soon. Sometimes I got to see what they're doing. Sometimes they're not available.
Right.
They're up there. They're already reincarnated in a uterus. They're already, you know what I mean? Sometimes they're not available. Yeah. They are. They're excited. They're like, yeah, I'm coming down to see you guys, whatever. And it's not to prove anything. And I don't care whether they believe it or not. It's no. And I shut my eyes a lot when I, do it. And like I said, there's a process to it. And 100% of the time, like I feel so much better after I do it. And it's like when they leave, it's like, and then they're gone. It's like, oh shit. And then the person is just like, oh my God, they just feel so much better. And
when it clicks.
And it's like, is he better? Is he in a better place? And is he watching? Shut the fuck up. That's not, stop it. Because what I got to tell you,
General Hospital every morning at 9
They don't care about I didn't say this before he died. They don't care about that because the negative.
Is he with me when I watch General Hospital every morning at 9? I know, but that's a lot of the shit you get though. And I feel for these people because I don't know if they're trying to play me for a fool or if if that's really the way they think. I know it's probably the way they think, but
souls that have passed don't give a fuck about what you did or did not say to them.
Man, really?
They don't care about how they died unless it's like a mystery and they want you to know, like they want your mom to know that it wasn't this, it was that. That's number one. Number two, they don't care about whatever you guys had unfinished business here because this world's nothing right now. Number three, they want you to know mainly things that you didn't know that you need to know, and then they want you to know some shit about your life, and like there's no validation. Like I'm not like, okay, he's saying that there's a pink flowers represents this. No, their energy's here. And it's like the way that I talk. I've had my clients be like, dude, you sound just like him the way that he said that. But because they're telling me, I feel their vibe. Like I'll smoke
because they were they're feeling that down to earth. How they were
grandma and grandpas. I get like the homies. I get like a lot of Mexicans. I get a lot of young people. I get a lot of fucking drug addicts. I get a lot of fucking, you know what I mean? Like that I can vibe with because they choose me. I don't choose them. My girl Anne Marie, she does all the old people because she's all positive and she's, I ain't,
Yeah, absolutely. And she knows her strength, you know yours, right? So that's the best part of it.
And I love it. Through experience, I've come to determine I get all the misfits.
Yep.
It's great. It's great. And I learned so much about the heavenly realm. I've learned so much about everything. And I just want, like, I don't know. It's like people that, dude, I don't know. It's the best gift that I think you could give anybody. And it's not there to make them feel better that, oh yeah, she's at peace. She's not at peace. She's not fucking chilling. She's doing her thing. Like, oh, is she at peace? Well, I don't know because she's busy. Is she watching over me? Well, if you believe she is, she is. Was that my mom? Well, if you think it was, it probably was. Like you have to, there's certain things, and it's like there's certain things that I say that surprises me too, and it's like, and then after the person leaves, I'll sit there and talk to my client or whatever, and they'll be like, oh my God, and like shit'll come to them later, and they'll message me, and they'll be like, do, and things will click, and I'm like, I'm not trying to fucking prove anything. I'm just trying to help y'all and help this soul explain to y'all what the fuck it was and what you need to do in your life because they see shit that you don't see.
Yeah, or they've already tuned off when you've told them a little bit. And so that thought never comes to them later about, oh, this meant that or that, because they just like, oh, okay, thanks. And they don't
what happened here. There's no negative feelings. Like they don't care about that you didn't come to their fucking graduation or that you didn't pay them back. They don't give a fuck about earthly bullshit.
It's guilt we feel in the human vehicle, though.
Yeah, and they want you to know that. They want you to know mainly that the main thing that they have reiterated to me is like some secret. Like grandma needs to tell you that she had to be like this because she was abused. She had to be like this because that was, she was in a Catholic. You know what I mean? Like shit that you may not have known about your loved one, why they were the way they were, and why it was the way that it was. Like that's a big deal to them to like reiterate. Like, bro,
absolutely.
You have to understand that your grandpa actually fucking, like some shit. And I'm just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So that you can get an understanding of why they were whatever, you know what I mean? And then they come for you and they're like, yo, why ain't you like the girl
Now,
Donna? Why ain't your brother? Why isn't your brother on the phone? Tell your brother to get on the phone. His brother gets on the phone. Why is that? Your brother wants to know why the fuck you're letting that bitch use you. And he hung up the phone.
yeah,
You know, nicknames.
yeah, he didn't want to hear it.
No, not at all. And the mother
Yeah.
Donna, she's my biggest supporter, and she's like, you know my Wes. You know, I'm like, I wanted to fucking jump your son's bones when he was in my room. He was some fine, you know what I mean? Like it was,
Yeah.
but like the one girl, this Mexican girl, her vato husband or vato dude came and like she was the reason he got killed because she couldn't shut her fucking mouth down in Phoenix. And she's
Oh, of
sitting
course.
there and she wanted the reading so fast. So he comes through, he looks at my phone, right? And he looks at the thing and he's like, look, speaking Spanish. She's like, she's the fucking reason. Look at her. She wants me to mention that ugly ass dog. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't want to tell her these things. I'm like, dude, do I tell her this? Like, pinch.
I'd be hesitant. They're still like, yeah, right. It's hard.
And I'm
when
like,
they're still...
okay, well, that was when I was first starting. And I'm like, okay, well, he wants you to know that when you got out of the car that day, you should have kept your mouth shut. And he don't care about that dog right there. He says that dog can fucking die for all he cares. And he wants to let you know, deuces, bitch. And he bounced within 10 minutes, okay, of this mediumship. And she's like, he would never deuces me. And then I was like, does he do that? Yeah, the people he never wants to talk to. I was like, boom. Well, that's all it was. All he wanted me to tell you was fuck that dog. You should have kept your mouth shut and deuces, bitch. And he was out of there. And she fucking wanted her money back. I blocked her and shit, you know. And I'm like, dude. And he came to me later that night. He was like, man, that was my ruka. And I was like, dude, okay. He's like, I'm sorry, man. You know, because she was trying to ask everybody for a mediumship and try to hear what she wanted to hear. He's like, man, I've been trying to come through and come through. He's like, finally, I got through with you. I was like, hell yeah, Vato, you know. And it was like the shortest mediumship I've ever done. I was just like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. Why would she? Well, yeah, you can't fucking open your fucking trap like
dude,
that.
yeah. And I
What
was
is
just like,
I mean,
he was like, tell
I
her she
don't
would have kept her
advocate
mouth shut. And
violence.
I was like,
Dude, fuck,
when she snapped out on me, I told her the business. I said, dude, he was here fucking swearing at you, calling you the nastiest fucking bitch ass fucking whatever. He knows that you fucking his friend, like all this extra fucking shit that he just wanted to tell her that he knew about her, not because he's dead, because he knew.
The
Just to
bitch was a
fucking make
snitch,
her feel like
basically. I don't use
shit.
that word
He
lightly,
wanted
but
to
the bitch
attack
was a
her. I
snitch.
don't know, you know, to make her fucking relate. And I'm like, I was new. Now I'd say it, but I'm like, do I say that? What is that like allowed? Like, that's pretty harsh, bro. Like, fuck, you're mean. But like, I get it now. And then when she tried to come for me, I was like, guess what he was saying? And I spoke Spanish to her. I was like, blah, 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 and she was just like, I'm going to report you. I'm like, go ahead and report me. I don't give a fuck what
Well,
you
yeah, it's not a matter
You
of
can try to
mean or
give me a bad
disrespect.
name. My peeps
You
know.
open your mouth like that. I mean, why wouldn't they? Well, yeah.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
be
She's
nice to you.
go ahead and ask another medium and they'll tell you what you want to know because he's gone.
Sure
Deuces.
they
He's
will.
not coming
Sure
back.
they will. They'll give her some big old explanation and
Yeah,
then how it was
my
right and the rest of that.
vato was not coming back. He was this big old gangster dude, and I was like, dude, his name was Hector, and I was like, yeah, he's not coming back for anybody else. He's like, yeah. So she kept spending her money, and didn't get what she wanted. He's like, yeah, because of fucking, I'm just watching. He's like, but I knew you, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And when he came through, he's like trying to sell me drugs and shit. I'm like, yo, bro, calm down. And he's the only one that ever came to me later in life was like, dude, I fucking love that girl. That was my
Well, somewhere along the way, though, somebody will give her something to calm her down, a good answer that was all for some bigger, greater fucking.
Look, she wants me to mention that fucking chihuahua right there because if I mention that dog, then she'll know it's real. Fuck that dog. I'm not
Absolutely. Well, I do it.
and I didn't say shit. And she kept going like this with the dog, and I was like,
Yeah.
at the end, you know, he said, "Fuck that dog." Blah blah blah. Deuces. Ah, he would never deuces me. Well, he did. Thank you for that $60. That was the quickest $60 I ever made.
Yeah. Now, if she wants to come to me, I do know this girl still because I could have her. She could come to me and I could tell her what she wanted to hear, like, oh, that it's all for this greater, bigger.
Like right now,
grander.
you have.
No, yeah, I'm kidding. But not really.
There's a younger male that's coming through for you right now, and
no, I don't mean for me. No, I don't mean channeling for me like that. I mean, okay,
it just came to
by
me.
the way.
Shut up. I'm Teresa Caputoing it. He's a younger dude, and he died like in some kind of car accident or a motorcycle accident. He was like one of your good friends back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. It was my stepdad that you're close. He was really a good friend of mine, and he died. when I was a kid at like 10 in a motorcycle wreck.
Right, because he was fucking wilding out.
And he was really young compared to my mom. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was, and he didn't have a helmet on. He just bought the Harley that day.
He's the one that is there that is there when like he's your roadside angel.
Okay, right. It makes sense. Makes sense.
That's all he wanted me to tell you. He's gone.
Oh yeah, that makes sense too. Okay, cool.
Yep. So whenever
Yeah.
there's a situation on the road, he's there. He's the one that makes sure you don't die.
Well, it certainly has been something to make me not do that on the road all these years.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just come and go. It's not like I'm doing a whole channeling. It just came to me like that.
No, I mean, I meant like, that girl that was all fucking, I was just gonna joke and say for enough fucking greenback, I could tell her that, it was all part of some big fucking thing that was in her benefit, and this is why it happened. And
for sure. You can say whatever you want.
Well, yeah, I know.
A lot of people that I think in mediumships just want to hear what they want to hear.
You know it.
And I tell them what they might not want to hear, and then that, not to make them believe, but that gets them to believe more, because it's not just all rainbows and sunshine and I'm watching over you and I love you and I'm with grandma, and it's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, that I'd go without saying, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's saying something like that to the higher realms, but exactly, it'll help them to know the truth more in the long run if they take it and, use what they need.
I tell my clients, if you feel that it's your Uncle John, it's your Uncle John. If you feel that it's whoever or whatever, if you see a sign and you're like, yep, that was my mom, then it was, because it's personal to you. There's no universal symbols for fucking, you know what I mean? Like, to me, there's no correlate. Yeah. And there's people that like, I want to find my nephew who died abruptly. So they go to their Facebook and they see that they like Atlanta Braves or like Nike. And they're like, I see him with an Atlanta Braves hat and a Nike shirt. That's my Brian. And you're like,
God damn it. God, maybe that's why they won the World Series a couple of years ago.
But you know what I mean? They're so fucking,
I get it.
and it's like, if you're preying on somebody's fucking sadness and somebody's desperation, like, that's worse than faking a tarot reading to me. Like, that's terrible.
Oh, terribly, yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious, dude! You're not getting, to me. It's like I get my own gold stars. God knows my heart. I'm not trying to do anything to get anywhere.
Right.
I know.
No, right. When I think all the money that's being made,
Christianity has God knows your heart regardless. So shut the fuck up. You can't do that, and then God's gonna forgive you Sunday. Come on.
No, yeah, I agree. So I think, I think
that easy.
Yeah, you have any? I'm getting kind of like, I think my taping's wearing out. Do you have anything like final you'd like to say to the crowd on this fine Sunday? Now it's Sunday morning. We started on Saturday night here, of course. Sunday night morning.
Well, after all of these hours and hours of talking about whateverness, whateverness, all I can say is, when I'm talking to you, it's like I'm just talking to you. I haven't read one comment. I'm talking to you.
Me neither. I can't, because I don't have the time. When I'm doing it with Carolyn, I have it set up in that mindset.
Look, guys, we don't mean to get so personal, but me and Larry, we're just fucking
totally.
And like, we vibe on such a fucking crazy level that
And a similar one. A lot of people that hear this do vibe on a crazy, but her and I are like on that fucking same Pleiadian, Lyran, brother sister type of fucking wavelength.
And we're on that same type of like gangster fucking tip too. Like, as our human, as our human side, we get it too. Yeah,
we walked a lot of the same grounds that way too. But so is there any like groups or anything on a level like that you like to plug, or anybody you like to? I'm not plug literally, but like say hey to.
No, just myself. My Clear's nonsensical realm. I need somebody to hit me up for a mediumship. I'm dying for a mediumship.
I know, man. I hear you.
I know people have dead loved ones that they want to reach out to. Please send me pictures, send me messages, and you'll get a 10% discount. That'll be $55.05.
You do it seriously. I mean, if I had, I would take up if I had. So if somebody truly does,
I could do card readings all day, but I want to channel. Man, I love it. Yeah,
girl.
I can't do it all the time, but when I'm like jonesing for a mediumship, man, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you're trying to get a hold of. If we can make it happen, we'll make it happen.
So that's what's on your attention right now, is you're really got your sights set on doing that for somebody. Like, you're locked in for that right now.
Yeah, anybody. Like, I haven't advertised it yet, but I'm all like, that's what I've been like, they're like, oh, I've been dying to,
Well,
fucking, do this or do this activity or go parasailing or jump out of a plane. No, I need to do a mediumship. It's like for my soul.
yeah, and why don't you tell them people then exactly like everywhere they could possibly find you then if they were gonna if they
Can I comment myself?
Yeah, you can. You should be able to. Yeah, can you?
How do I comment?
Well, you could if you can't tell them because they can see it.
All messages are visible. Okay, so like I want to write it down. I don't know.
But
It
it will
says
be
stay
okay.
high.
But these comments won't stay. Once I redo the show, you'd have to comment again when it gets posted to YouTube. But you can. But so if they're
So you
listening
can
now,
go.
if you want to,
You can go to Clear's Nonsensicalness is my YouTube channel, or like Clear's Nonsensical Realm, or Shandy Cleer with 2 E's is my Facebook. I got
we'll
the
put it on the description. We'll put
yeah,
it all in the description too.
I got the Instagram, but I don't use it. I don't like to give my phone number away, but like yeah, just message me on Messenger. That's it. Just
On
inbox
Facebook
me.
Messenger, right? On Facebook
Shandy
Messenger,
Cleer.
and we'll also put we'll put all your links on, and we'll put them in the description after we post it and
That
everything
would be
too.
cool.
But
Yep, definitely.
yeah,
Because basically on Facebook Messenger, that's usually what I fucks with.
yeah, exactly. It's like what a TikTok you don't fuck with much. Actually, they left us earlier tonight.
I know.
I'm kind
Well,
of
like the Shire, my Shire is my sister group. It has a bunch of study guides if you want to learn, but it has half the people. But like my Clear's Nonsensical Shire and Clear's non, I actually added Pleiadian to it. Clear's Nonsensical Pleiadian Realm. But like, no, just
okay.
hit me up regular Shandy Cleer.
Yep. Facebook Shandy Cleer, just ShandyCleer, not an A.
Right. Space CLEER. That's it.
Okay, well, and of course, and my big thing that I got a desire for is this pizza that I've got. So this has been Rockin' Larry Locken. Now, of course, you can find me on Facebook, Rockin' Larry Locken social media outlets. You can find her and I on the page we own called Pleiadian and Angelic Rainbow Orbs page on Facebook, and that's about it. And with that, hey, everybody, have a great Sunday afternoon, morning, whatever. Oh, it's Sunday morning. No, the Reverend Larry probably won't be on this morning, but you can
I gotta go to
imagine.
Sunday Mass, my dude.
Oh, fuck, dude. Well, maybe I should get up and then do the Reverend Larry, brother, Pastor Larry, all that in one.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
love
know.
you.
Do you have any souls that need saved? Maybe you could
Hey, I
ship them
can
my
do
way.
it.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can do it.
I know. Well, I'll try. If I can't do it, you can.
Dude,
All
for
right. Well, yeah. It's after 3 hours. We're okay. We're now to
wow.
find a way to close out of here. Here we go, dude. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's bye there. Okay, okay. Hold on. You're there. I'm gonna close out Facebook Live. Okay, goodbye, Facebook Live. Oh God, Facebook Live. Okay, and then goodbye to YouTube. Shandy, I'll talk to you in a second. Bye bye. Bye bye. And